Welcome to RoughShod Live. How y'all folks doing tonight? Thank you guys for stopping on by. Give me a second. There we go. We right here, y'all. How was the hunt? Thank everybody who stopped by, watched the hunt. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, you guys.
Like I said, welcome to RoughShod Live. We are doing an unboxing tonight per request from TKD Bar, y'all. So that's why you got that picture up there. And that is going to be our main agenda for the night. We'll probably go other places, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But right now, let's see who all is here. Ultra is in the house. TKD Bar himself is here. Go Studios. Thank you very much. Seth, what's going on, Seth? Fumbling through the galaxy. I know he wants to talk Andor. There were some lovely episodes that just came out. K2SO got down, had to prove himself. But we're talking about LeatherHead tonight, y'all. We're going to be getting the LeatherHead here. I got my cam set up. We'll be getting the chopping them on open here momentarily, giving everybody a chance to come on through. Doug, how you doing, Doug? Thank you for stopping on by. Doug. King Collector in the house. Thank you, sir, for stopping on by. Ultra said he need a bowl of cereal.
I'm telling you, I'm hungry now for real, bro.
Hang on a second here. We need to do a little bit of design in here. Let's get these all rounded out. Yes, let's get rounded. There we go.
Who that coming on?
Somebody's coming. Hang on.
It's Type Moist. Hashtag Type Moist.
Ah, hang on a second. Let's see here. Yes, good to see you again so soon. Yes, it was not too long ago.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter. All right. So we got somebody anxious to get on in this here.
Type Moist.
Let me get us set up here, though. Give me a second, y'all. Let me adjust everything appropriately. Cause
let me just do this.
We're gonna do that.
Cause I don't want to be popping out nothing.
The who did what?
Nothing. Tie my shirt up. If I ain't got to pop out, I ain't got to show nobody nothing.
All right. Let's
stop that there. But that's it. Y'all ain't gonna see nothing there. Banjo, get down. Get off me, boy.
No, we all over the place. There we go. Now we getting situated here. Let me bring on the man of the hour. He's got a problem. Y'all.
Banjo, please.
But it's not with LeatherHead. Y'all. He got a problem with Spider-Man in his eye. But we're gonna bring on the super of the superest. Hashtag Tight Moist, straight out of somewhere in the middle of this beautiful state of ours. We won't say exactly where. We're going to bring on a straight game from Collector Corral Reviews. He does reviews on figures that he picks up, and they're honest reviews. It's his opinion. And hey, when you're in this game, that's a lot of it matters. A lot of that matters is what your opinion is of something. But let's bring on the very controversial, but very pleasant, Estrada Game.
What's going on, yo?
What is going on, sir?
I am fumbling around with this Marvel Legend as we speak.
Oh my goodness, he's fumbling with it.
Put your face on and turn that camera on, motherfucker.
Oh Lord. He might not be.
He might be naked.
Hold on, I gotta put my makeup on.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute.
You know I don't play that naked shit.
No, we don't have no birthday suit.
He gotta be like he reminded me of Josh Gabor. No pictures.
Oh my goodness, y'all! This is what it's all about right here. This evening. Oh,
shit.
He like a cop trying to blind us. And the lights carry in. No, there you go. Nothing there, nothing. Getting a little lighting situation set up. All right. So I know that you had an issue with the eyeball there of Mr. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
unfortunately, I wished it kind of stopped there, but it didn't.
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't stop there. Well, yeah.
Like, this head here sucks.
No.
Like, it sits too high. It's like he has this goofy, like, I don't know. This eyebrow's painted weird too. But it's just not a good. It should have just been like a neutral head.
Neutral.
It sits too high.
Hold on.
Yeah, because it's like when you swap the hands for the like he doesn't have the gloves on. Had the head been neutral, you could put him in poses as like, if he was tinkering or, doing something with it. But when he has this permanent like grin on his face, it's kind of like you know what I mean? Like, look, if I pose him,
his hands look weird.
Like he's grinning at you with an eyebrow cocked up.
Without the gloves on, and you can see the web shooter. That's the hands he's got on him right now. So they're kind of splayed out.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. Like, why did they pre-pose the hands like this?
I know, Ultra, why the long face?
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Ashtray the chat say you ain't got enough makeup on, dog.
Oh Lord. I think if they wanted to show the hand, they should have, they could have had the one hand like they had it. I don't know. Maybe like
you get one hand that's like this, and then you get the other one that's like that. Like, you can't do anything with it. You have to. It's already in a predetermined pose for you. Like, you have to pose it.
He's set up to be messing around with the web shooter.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And then, like, this hand is basically doing nothing. Like, it's just open for whatever reason.
He's trying to pinch Mary Jane's ass.
I'm in love with Mary Jane.
You're trying to get him a handful of Mary Jane's ass. That's all.
Yeah, I guess that is what you're doing with it.
Now,
this is cool. I like the shield.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a what?
I hate the fact that they're still using these stupid clips. Like, they just can't get away from that.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. I gotta play something first.
Oh man, hang on, y'all. Hang on. I gotta bring in the man of the hour, the Tower of Power. Another man out there somewhere in the middle of this country, which is the true owner of this LeatherHead that we see here. Let me bring him on. The alligator wrangler of the Midwest, TKD ball.
What?
Yeah, oh my God, he's yawning. We got the
AKA my neighbor.
Yeah.
There goes the stray hating on Hasbro.
I sure am.
Shit.
That's gonna be the title of my video too.
All right, now
Look at this.
Bone
Look
that
at
now. What
Look
about
at him do the
That's,
wave.
that's a
'Cause his
damn
arms
shame
are
about the
gummy.
paint job on the mask you showed me, man.
Hey
That
man, he can do
really
every color though, man. You can get
Yeah.
like 5 of them and do the thing.
You know what's sad though? This figure has way better quality than this one.
You're not with this young.
that sucks.
We're not doing it.
No,
The plastic with this figure is very similar to the Valaverse plastic.
Is it gummy? Like, what's the deal with the plastic?
So for whatever reason on this one,
Yeah.
on the bicep, it's like it's just gummy.
Oh no.
Like, do you see it?
Yeah, that won't last long. That's a shame,
Versus
dude.
this one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I like my Scarlet Spider-Man, dude.
This is great. I mean, sure, is this more articulated? Absolutely. There's no denying that. But as far as like feel, this one feels 10 times better.
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm beginning to think Astray's related to McFarlane somehow.
I sure am.
That's his grandfather, the stepdad, something.
Now here's the face with the messed up eye.
It's so weird, dude. Look at
The
that.
only
It's so
excuse,
bad.
the only
Look at that. That's really bad. Send that shit back, man. The way Raw Talk tells us to send that shit back.
I am going to send it back. I'm just going to do my review first.
Man. That's a fuck up, dude. Like, swap it out if you really want one.
No, he's not. No, he's not the first one I've seen talk about that. He is not.
Man.
And I'm gonna give an excuse. I'm just gonna give an excuse. This is the only excuse I got for that shit. Is for some reason I guess they decided they wanted you to pose Spider-Man like he's like,
Oh, it's supposed to be like that?
I don't know. That's the
Like
only
Deadpool?
thing you can do with it. I think that's the only idea I got so far.
Doesn't look good.
But I tell
Like,
you what look good, man.
What really bothers me about
was it
the
supposed to
figure?
be intentionally like that?
It's awesome. What really bothers me about the figure is the gloss on it, man. We are in 2025, man.
That's
like,
another
paint jobs
thing.
need to be so much better.
Look how the matte finish on this figure versus the glossy finish on this.
Yeah, the gloss. I mean, like, dude, they made a figure from 2003. You know, Marvel Legends in 2003 were about like stupid articulation and had all that gloss. They made a figure from back then.
And like the feet, you see how like on his toes, it's like hollowed out.
Hang on now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's weird. I do.
Look at this.
Man, just trying to save a buck, dude.
It's kind of like
Jesus.
What is happening?
0.1.
And if you take the articulation points that this figure has and you match it up with this, it's the exact same.
Really?
The only thing different is literally on the neck, right? So on this you have the double ball, right? And then on this one you have the ball joint that goes into the socket, and then you have the whatchamacallit, what do they call it? Like a swivel on the top, kind of like the classic heads.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that, like, you know, a typical Marvel Legend would have.
Yeah.
And then you get the ball at the neck, which is fine.
Interesting.
The engineering, some of the engineering on this figure is great. Honestly, it's not $50 great, but it's good. But you turn around and you use cheap plastic, and it just goes all to shit. If this had the same plastic this had, it'd be 10 times better. I wouldn't complain about it. Now, I will say the fact that it can do this, that is pretty good. There are there's a lot of figures that can't do that.
Let me see the yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Okay, hang on. There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So
He's so shiny.
Yeah, the finish is just what's killing me, dude. I'm gonna be pissed if they release like a 1.5, you know, like a redo down the
that'll be
road.
a
I could
slap
see
in the
them doing
face.
that.
Again, and all of this right here is like stuff that other Marvel Legends can do. The only thing this Marvel Legend can do that a lot of other Marvel Legends can't do is this. You know.
I do prefer the McFarlane look for Spider-Man though over all others. I will say that.
I do too. I like the McFarlane look. I don't. This is close to the McFarlane look, but it's kind of like they were trying to do it without doing it.
Mhm.
I think they should have just did it. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the
his
Spider-Man I grew up
proportions,
with, man.
his proportions on any of his superheroes are not anatomically correct. So I mean, they wouldn't even have to like nail the aesthetic.
Oh man. Well, TKG.
That brings me to another point. The sculpt on this is soft, while the sculpt on this one is a lot more defined.
Huh. Yeah, it sure
And
is.
on the hand sculpts, I would actually say that the Scarlet Spider hand sculpts are better as well because they have a lot more detail. And I'm assuming it's due to the plastic that was used for Scarlet Spider.
Hang on. Let me get it big up here. Ah,
See if I can.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's showing good, but you can see more detail in this one than you can in this
Yeah,
one.
you can. Yeah.
crazy.
And then I feel like the excuse that because of all the paint apps is another reason for the high cost. I feel like this Spider-Man has just as much.
He looks like he has a little more texture too.
He does have more, way more texture.
Yeah.
Well,
This Spider-Man looks really good.
That's that
Now the
Toby,
articulation
man.
ain't that great.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
They made it look like the movie. I can give him that because that's kind of like in the movies when they had him. He had, had that raised look to it.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to hate this figure. Like I said, I think as far as the engineering goes, it's fine. But
I could have let most of that stuff slide you're showing me, but the paint finish, man, it's
not a horrible. Okay, so with that being said, it's not a horrible toy. That's the best I got.
It's just
hey, how about this? Does it live up to the price?
No,
no. There's no way.
Yeah. Not even close.
There's no, because like, look, man, you get a NECA figure, Graybeard. You get a NECA figure.
That's a great point, and I'm looking for
that has way more accessories, is licensed, and you'll see all sorts of paint apps on them, man. You'll see like gloss mixed with matte finishes for different like parts of their body. It's insane.
And if you get the same figure, you can get the same two Predator figures, right?
Yeah.
And compare them side by side, and they won't even be painted the same.
Yeah, it's just like, how do they do it? How do they do it for that price, man? And why couldn't Marvel do it? Why couldn't Hasbro do it? $15 more, Graybeard. $15 more, and you're getting the accessories with that Spider-Man are not great, man. It's some plastic mold webbing.
Hold on. Let me show you the most useless accessories in the box.
Like, what are we gonna do with that? What are we gonna do with that?
That's the skeet skeet.
You can't do nothing with it.
Skeet skeet. Come on, it's the skeet skeet.
That's a long skeet.
Hey, that's that when you've been backed up for years.
Yeah.
And that shit
just.
Who's that?
Indoors ambassador, fumbling.
Oh, fumbling.
This is dumb.
That one's okay. That looks like a Marvel. That looks like a Marvel versus Capcom accessory.
From the north.
So that's how I feel about the shield. I do feel that way.
Fumbling through the galaxy.
Yeah.
But it's too low.
Bring him in.
Hey.
There he is. Hey, Fumbling, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Hello, friends. Hello. Good. Thank you.
What's going on, man?
I come to be like I think that, you know how like on The View they've got like the ultra conservative, which is straight, and then I have to come in and be like the
ultra conservative. God damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
$50 accessory right there, man.
I was like, I hate everything.
This is cool. I like this accessory.
Oh yeah, that actually I think is the best of all the accessories that came.
I can agree with that. I mean, I think this shield. I like the shield.
Yeah.
I don't like the lazy ass C clip on it though. But
that's like an old Toy Biz accessory, man.
Oh, we doing it. Hang on, let me get this.
Like I used to have this Spider-Man from Toy Biz back in the day. It was like a regular Spider-Man mold, but he had a backpack that you filled with water, and he would shoot out web blasts with it. It was such a good fucking toy, dude.
I think I know what toy you're talking about.
Like, yeah, there was another one that was like another regular Spider-Man mold with like Doc Ock arms, like, but the one with the backpack, I was just like, man, this is perfect. This is a great figure.
Now I'm happy that we're opening this LeatherHead.
LeatherHead.
Okay, yeah, because seeing him on the videos for the last couple of weeks in your hunt, man, he looks so good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I find him, I'm definitely gonna get it.
Ashtray, you ain't see my message in the chat. Does that mean we need to pick you one up?
Hang on. Let me. Just because Astray was talking about this, now this right here.
Yeah, look at that paint.
Now, hang on. This is what you get for $49.99. This is what you get. Now, little Spider. Hang on. Let me bring out a comparison. There you go.
Whoa.
Okay. So what Astray has is Hasbro's $49.99, and what we got here is NECA's $49.99.
Yeah, that's insane. That's what I'm saying. Look at all that detail.
We're gonna get to it. Oh man, I'm going to be so gentle.
It's got a wash on the. It's got a wash on all the scales too.
Oh my God!
Now, in all fairness, though, NECA, do you think part of
the plastic? Oh my God! Y'all can get so high.
Is NECA
man,
like that?
Fresh. This is fresh.
What was your question?
If NECA was always priced like that, because I know they had that falling out where they double shipped the layer and then told people if you don't return it,
I remember.
Right, we'll ban you from ever buying this. And I wonder if part of this is goodwill on their part.
Oh no.
NECA's
always had good prices. Honestly, because I mean, even the Predators, they're like $34.99.
Yeah,
that's a good price. Plastic. Because what was the end result of that whole thing? I never heard it went away.
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
Know.
It kind of went quiet, right?
I've ordered a couple things off of NECA's website, but I never had any trouble. I got the turtle accessory set with the baby turtles, and that wasn't an issue. I can't remember what else I got from them, but I've never had an issue with them.
Yeah, I've also heard good things, except for the customer service.
I've heard both. Because I've had good experiences with NECA, but I know people who have had terrible experiences.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Yeah.
My only complaint about all the turtle figures I have is on the Toon line. On the Toon line, man, they have such a hard time standing up, man. They all become loose, man. Even my Pizza Club turtles are all loosey-goosey on the legs now, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a real letdown.
I know that with the early Predator figures, that was a big man. Over the weeks that you have it, it just turns into a hand grenade.
Damn.
And then I don't know what happened, but after the the pandemic, I don't know if they switched factories or whatever, but the quality control just went up.
Yeah, it did get better.
Because I remember I literally got a Predator figure that, where they're supposed to be like a little peg. It was literally a broken toothpick in there.
Oh.
I could not believe that shit. I was like, what
careful.
the fuck? And needless to say that
careful.
In the era of swapping toys, I definitely swapped for a new figure at some point. But that that's near here or there.
Now is this TK's actual toy?
Yeah. I did not want to open this. I had to ask. He wanted to do it, and I was like, man, this is like one of the moments like when you're a kid.
Well, don't be gentle, dude. It's not yours. It's bought and paid for. Like, rough it up.
Damn, that tail is
TK, are you hunting tomorrow?
Yeah, man. Every Friday I go out there a little bit.
All right. Let me know if you see that one out there in your area.
Ooh, Lord.
But
if you're going to go to the one in my area, go to Mo City, man, because Sugarland doesn't have shit right now.
Sugarland sucks.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, it's always a blank trip just about.
A couple weeks ago, I shot you that image where they were fully stacked on everything.
That was the Sugarland one, or was that the Mo
Yeah,
City?
that was Sugarland. They had every holothon item, like every holothon item. And then the Transformers were stocked, and they just started putting out the Marvel Legend wave with Iron Man and Miles Morales. So they were looking really good on that day.
Okay.
But yeah, it's dwindling now. So there's nothing there right now for me.
All right, where's this other one at?
This is gonna sound stupid as shit, TK, but as a Canadian, the only time I've ever heard Sugarland until tonight was the great Steven Spielberg movie called The Sugarland Express.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Does that actually take place? Like, is that an actual like?
Well, no, it's supposed to, but Sugarland, like we're a suburb of Houston. We're a big city.
Okay.
And like that in that movie's logic, like Sugarland is right by the border of Mexico.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's like the far from it, man. We're
it's way far from it.
We're almost 300 miles from Mexico.
Because when you said that, I was like, oh.
Yeah, we're just south of Houston.
Okay.
And we're a suburb. There's several big suburb cities of Houston, man, that are really big. But
Houston is huge.
Yeah, we got it all in Houston, man. The only thing we don't have good is really, really great Italian food. But we have pretty much everything you could ever ask for in the world in Houston. And if you have a pulse, if you have any kind of a pulse or a desire to work, you're gonna find work here. This city is like always been impervious to hard times. Man, those are some really good sculpted hands, dude.
Yep, and they're gonna stay in there too. Boy, I'm tired.
So I wonder if that figure is sculpted in that green and they just did a wash over it. If so, I think that's the right choice.
Man, this thing. First of all, I can tell you right off the bat, it is not shiny. It ain't shiny. It is looking good. Oh my god!
It definitely poses really good though. That I can't take from it. Like I said, the engineering is great.
Yeah,
they just should have did better plastic.
Oh yeah, Doug is really close. He's in New Mexico, right?
All right.
Man, he's a good 10 hours away from Sugarland or
Albuquerque. No, but he's closer. Is he closer to the Mexican border then?
At 300 miles, about the same as us.
Okay. Oh, I love that tail, dude. Is that articulate?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow.
Oh shit. So we got some.
That's sick, actually.
Damn.
It's not every one of them though. It's like these last few just go up and down. This one wiggles, and then this one kind of like turns.
See, I wasn't even impressed by the reveal at Comic-Con, but when I saw Mad Hatter do a review, I was like, "Holy shit!"
And this is what goes up his chest too. So it's the same color.
That's nice. I like that. I love that coloring. It's good.
Every one of those little black lines is a deco hit.
That's cool. You know, I think that the turtles do what is it called? Cell shading better than anybody else. Like,
Yeah,
I know people don't like it, but I kind of like the cartoon look. Oh, that's
I'll tell you who did not do a good job cell shading was the the McFarlane Batman, the animated, man. I was really disappointed in that because that's I'm still looking for a good like original run Batman the animated series figure, and they just could not get the mold or the cell shading right on those figures. And I don't want a Mondo, dude. I want a nice 7-inch scale.
Yeah.
So
yeah, those Mondos.
I agree with you on the cell shading with the turtles. Man, hinge jaw too. That's so awesome.
I do feel like the cell shading on this one was pretty good.
Yeah, I just think it lends
look at all the details in the mouth.
Yeah, that's great, dude. That's so cool. I mean, you might be able to argue. Have I seen? Did McFarlane do the Croc, Killer Croc?
Yeah, he did. It just came out too. It looks badass. It comes out.
It's nice, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
You could probably fudge that as a Killer Croc, yeah.
Yes, you can. You definitely can. All right, now. All right, I'm gonna save. All right, we're gonna save all that. Let's get to big boy. Now, this is what I'm impressed with, TKD. The fucking eye patch.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Oh shit. That's cool.
Uh-oh.
That's cool.
I need to read that comic, man.
Which one's this from?
From the Mirage comics.
Oh, this.
Oh,
I have the old Archie comics with Leatherhead in it. I have a few of them with him in it. And he's more or less like the same thing. He's like a big hulking. He doesn't look at all like the animated.
That's
one.
dope.
Yeah,
I thought it might be like the last
more
one.
like this guy.
Yeah, if you see that, let me know. I'm gonna go get one.
There was 2 of them today, Astray. There was 2 of them.
I got a nice little Mirage collection going now, man.
Yeah, I like the Mirage. I like the Mirage line.
You see, here's what's good about Mirage, man, because they can kind of interchange with some of your Super 7s too. Like, you know what I mean? Like a Muckman or a Wingnut.
Do they scale? Yeah.
Yeah, they scale the same, and they kind of like the Super 7 kind of looks similar.
Oh, I
redo my display.
Yeah. It's great detail, actually.
Look at
See, I like that they put the like the manufacturing info in there, so now you don't have it anywhere outside the figure.
All right.
I think of everything.
I'm trying to think. I don't own a NECA.
I don't know who could get excited about the Rat King after seeing this.
Yeah. All right.
That is a big fucker.
All right.
So Haulathon is done, meaning like it's just done for the season?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But he's not part of the Haulathon, I don't think. I think he was just a regular release.
Okay.
All right, so
I think he was, but I think like it's just like it is a regular release, but I think they're doing it under the Haulathon thing.
He'll be at Walmart too, I'm pretty sure.
There's nothing.
Yeah, they always end up at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's like a
Everything
timed exclusive. Like they get to have it for so many, like a month or two, and then the other stores get it. Like I know Best Buy does that too.
Yeah, Best Buy.
That Gargoyle 2-pack.
There's a Gargoyle 2-pack with who?
Goliath and Demona.
Demona.
Yeah.
Oh, with the little baby, right?
Yeah.
I think that is what it is. Yeah. But that one had swappable faceplates. I need to get that one. It sucks though because they canceled the line, but they never gave us Hudson's closed wings.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. I've heard that.
Yeah.
So now I got all of them, but Hudson is the only one with open wings.
50 NECA. I love that Doug says, I've got 50. It's a small part of my collection. Damn. All right.
I got 50.
You see, that's a line that they could have made their own new gargoyles and people would have bought them. They could have made new figures for that line.
But I guess NECA goes based on people's interests, and I guess they felt like Gargoyles just wasn't bringing in what they wanted it to. So they put out what they said they was going to put out, and then after that, they were done.
I feel like they were trying to make it like Turtles, and it's not going to be Turtles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not that big of an IP.
No. Yeah. One show and some comics is in one game is all I remember.
And I don't even remember how many seasons it had. I am surprised that they haven't tried to live action that one yet.
I think that is supposed to be something.
Okay.
Don't take my word for it, but I think I remember reading something about that.
Like speaking of
cool
of Disney Afternoon, like the Funko had those smaller reaction figures back in the day of Disney Afternoon. I wish NECA would do Disney Afternoon figures, man.
So that must be an American thing. What's Disney Afternoon?
Oh, like shit, you don't know what that is?
Tailspin, Goof Troop, DuckTales.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely an American thing.
They had a lot of good mythology in those shows.
Cool.
Yeah, like all the Hercules cartoon, the one where he was like a teenager.
I remember that one.
What? Really?
You never seen that?
The only Hercules I know, and this is gonna date the shit out of me. Doug might know this one too, or some of you is, hey Newt, come on Herc.
Hey, Graybeard, put him next to a turtle, man.
Put on a ring, and you remember this Hercules from the 70s and 80s? No, the Hercules. Oh no!
I thought you were starting to talk about what's his face
with Newt,
the one guy that played Hercules in the live action TV show.
Kevin Sorbo?
Oh, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Mr. Patriot himself.
Yeah, we don't talk about Kevin Sorbo.
No. Kevin Sorbo, dude.
Yeah, that dude went.
He went for long Kirk Cameron.
Yeah.
You know when Lucy Lawless is like, dude, I don't even want to hear your name. Like, you burn bridges.
Like, I saw a movie with Kevin Sorbo, and it's like, bad guys are here. Don't worry, guys. I believe in Jesus, and I have guns.
Yeah,
like that was literally the movie.
Was it Glass Not Dead?
Yeah, he had one where like the rapture comes, and he's like the only guy left on.
Oh, he's so much bigger than that Donnie.
Yeah, that's one of the Mutant Mayhem ones.
I like the Mutant Mayhem one. That was a fun line, man.
They kind of fell apart. When I got them, I got two of them. And when I got them out the box, I was actually surprised.
Yeah, I got Leo.
But how small are they?
But they kind of fall apart. That's my only concern. But I like them. They're a badass value.
3 3/4?
No, I feel like 5-inch scale.
4 or 5 inch.
So He-Man's.
Hang on a second here.
Yeah, about that.
It is time to integrate.
Because he looks way smaller than that, the Marvel and Legends, and they're only 6-inch, right?
Right.
So that's why I was thinking 3 3/4.
Well, Marvel Legends was 6-inch, but now they are 6.5 officially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went up a little bit in the last few years.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, they're a little bit bigger than they used to be. And then G.I. Joe and Star Wars are the same scale as them.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Hey, this my one.
Wait, is G.I. Joe a true 1/12 scale?
I
don't think it is.
The classified?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Because I know Star Wars Black Series is actually 1/12 scale.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But G.I. Joe isn't. They're a 6-inch line.
There.
Yeah, so there's your Black Series. Oh yeah, so that's beside the Iron Grenadier.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Iron Grenadier is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger than a normal.
Go get one of them order
that.
Let's see.
Did any of y'all order that mech, the snake suit or whatever from Cobra?
No.
Oh, the snake armor.
Yeah.
Kaz did, I believe.
But lots of people. Yeah, I know lots of people who have.
I can't wait to see one of y'all open that one, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be nice, actually. People
order the size of a transformer, bigger than a
people
transformer.
want ham on that. Yeah.
Huge. It's like a foot tall.
Yeah, it was a good one, actually. Good release.
Yeah, that is a perfectly sized Leatherhead, man. It's gonna look great.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Let's see. Yeah, hang on. Let me get.
Who does? Is it Haya? Who does the really nice Godzillas? I think it's Haya, right?
Yeah, it's Haya.
Yeah,
Haya does good, and SH Figure Arts does really well too, and Super 7 makes really good Godzilla figures too.
Actually, they do.
I saw the reviews. I was gonna get that the -1 from Super 7, but I was seeing like a lot of people's reviews.
Really?
And they were saying that the paint wasn't good.
On the Super 7?
Yeah.
Usually they've got a great paint job, man, on their monsters.
Yeah.
The Destoroyah that my son has is amazing. It is really, really, really good. It's
that's kind of what. So I'm coming to the conclusion about Super 7 that some people, when they get one and it's right, it's really good. But when you get right, it's like the worst thing ever. And
yeah, Doug, thank you.
That means that their quality control is not that good.
No, it's not.
50-50 shot.
But I also feel like more than any other company, and it might be because of Brian Flynn and just the fact that people just are very like divided about him generally. But I find like some of the anti Super 7 stuff, I'm just kind of like, man, are you just being anti Super 7 for the sake of like falling in line with that sentiment? Like I've heard people say, like somebody was talking about successful small businesses, and then somebody went, well, you can't put Super 7 in there. And I was like, why? And he was like, oh, Brian Flynn's a dick. And I'm like, but he still took a magazine company and turned it into a viable toy company. Like you can't argue that he's a terrible businessman, right? Like everybody has misses.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, he's relatively new to it, huh?
Right.
Like compared to everybody else, you know?
Right.
I'll always be honest about Super 7. They, like Astray said, their QC is terrible. Like, you can get the same figure. We can buy the same figure, all four of us, and we can have 4 different results on anything from paint to like the joints, you know?
But they're not.
You have those issues.
I mean, it was literally just it was just bad.
Yeah.
Never had Sprite.
But at the same time, man, they produce some figures that I just think are just terrific, man. Just amazing sculpts.
And I think
some of them I'm just really
next issue with what's his name? Is it Brian?
Brian Flynn, yeah.
Okay, I think because I saw an interview with him a long time ago when he was talking about why he doesn't do articulation. And that's kind of where I was kind of like, that sounds more like you can't engineer properly. And so you found a cop-out.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do a characters like Power Rangers, for example.
Yeah.
They need articulation.
No.
You can get away with that articulation with Ninja Turtles.
The sculpts weren't even that great on them either, if I'm being honest.
No.
Like they were like all
I
barrel
remember
chested.
I saw the Yellow Ranger, I saw the Green Ranger, and I was like,
Yeah, they were barrel chested and funky, and you get the little loose joints too on those guys.
Yep.
You know.
Okay.
So my son wanted the Green Ranger, so we got it, but you know.
Like with all transparency, I've never seen a Super 7 here up where, like, I'm sure they're in Canada, obviously. I haven't seen a whole lot here. Mostly reactions. So, and they're not, they're like the Pez, whatever dispensers, I feel like. They're just like, but I feel like, you know what? I've heard a lot of good things about their Ultimate lines. I love that Turtle Van. I love the Tiamat that they did for Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that dragon was really spectacular. But yeah. Anyway, it's divided. There's no in between on this line. Like Super 7, you are in or you're out.
Okay, so can somebody clear this up for me? How were they related to Mattel Creations and that Masters of the Universe line? They came out, the Classics line.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't tell you.
Like, because like that's where isn't that all where it all started? Like those kinds of boxes, and you get a mailer. You know what I mean? And it just seems like very similar. Like that became Super 7. You know?
Yeah, where they started? You mean their origins?
No, you're talking about the.
I'm talking
like
about
the
Master Universe Classic line, which was a very good line, very good line.
But they didn't.
Didn't they get the rights to? Didn't they get the rights to reproduce that line?
Yes. Yeah, I do know what you're referring to, but I don't know enough about it now.
Because they're engineered very similar, like the limited articulation. But
no, I think they were the same. I think they got the license, and I think they like bought the molds or something.
But they weren't Super 7 back
then.
then.
And they redid them the exact same, or they actually got the rights just to produce it, and then they put like their own spin on it.
Okay.
TKP. This area, it's soft. It's like a softer plastic.
Yeah, they do that to help with the articulation. It's a good idea. That's what they're doing with that new Hulk figure. Hasbro is.
What's that? Making it soft on the
the upper torso soft.
This area.
Cool.
It looks pretty seamless, that paint job.
Yeah, it goes. They make it go up. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they let it go all the way up with it.
Yeah.
If you go too far back, you get that nasty gap.
Don't rub his belly too much now.
Yeah. Hey, I will tell you this: bigger head, you get a little bit more articulation in the head with the bigger head.
Oh,
I don't know why, but it does have more. I don't know.
I like the bigger, thicker gator head, dude. That looks scarier.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's legit. Yeah, that's legit.
So I guess that's two different artists, man. That's my guess.
Well, one looks like it's more like a crocodile.
Yeah.
And the other one's an alligator.
Yeah, a narrower.
Yeah, the narrow one will be a crocodile.
Yeah. But I just noticed that the larger head, you get a little bit more movement than this one.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I like the crocodile head though, but I can see why you like the alligator one. They're both good.
Yeah, they're both really good. I might as well get two, Virgo.
Well, you're gonna get one to keep in.
I'm just kidding.
The rule of two.
Yeah, there we go.
The rule of two.
The rule of two. Yes.
Ashley, do you want us to get the other ones that was there?
There's only one other one there.
He feel like he won't answer me.
It's a hard decision because like everything shows up later in Houston than you guys, but it does show up.
It shows up, but it's like eventually.
Yeah.
So do you eventually want it or not?
Oh.
He'll get this. This one ain't gonna fly.
I'm gonna go out tomorrow and try to look for it, and if I don't find it, I will let you know.
Right, so like King Collector.
That one's probably gonna be expensive to ship, huh?
He's gonna pray on it, Virgo. He'll let you know.
He's got some weight on it.
Yeah, it does.
Isn't USPS like the cheapest mail in the world?
USPS is trash. Okay.
Yeah, they almost lost my PandaCon, man.
So you share something with our Canada Post.
I will almost always rather deal with FedEx or slow ass UPS. The thing about UPS is that they are slow. If they tell you, hey, it's gonna be there Friday, don't ever think it's gonna get delivered early. That shit will sit in Houston for 3 days.
Right. King Collector, let me tell you, my ace duck, I was so looking forward to that figure from Super 7. And then when I got the wings, when I finally got that figure, because it was so delayed and the wings on that would not stay on, such a big fucking disappointment. It's such a great concept for a figure. And And then the paint was not good either. It was like very light compared to the photos. So that was a huge letdown for me.
King Collector says he hasn't had any issues with his Super 7.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like,
except for Goldar.
That's what I mean. Like,
you know, I saw that Goldar at the little Toys R Us and Macy's, and they had it on sale, and I almost got it. And I was like, no.
No, I ain't taking it. Oh no.
Their sculpts astray on monsters and shit are pretty fucking good.
No, I seen the Godzilla, the ones that's in the Target and all that.
Yeah,
they're all.
Look at this. This is a joke. Like, it doesn't go in the least bit. There's no way to get this wing in. None. It's a joke.
Did you lick it?
No.
And look how light that jacket is. Oh shit! Hold on.
Did you lick the peg before you stuck it in there?
I ain't licking anything, man.
And
then look how light that jacket is. That's so light. What is that? You know? Should be dark.
Who did the classic Disney characters? Like, you know, Robin Hood, the Fox.
Super 7.
They did. Super 7 did.
Yeah, and they got trashed.
Those got heavily trashed.
That Robin Hood apparently was the worst one.
What's that? Go ahead, Graybeard.
Queen of Hearts for Virgo, Super 7.
Yeah, and
I don't know. We haven't pulled it out the box yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't pull it out the box.
No, it's just haven't got there. I haven't got to it. Now I have the Cobra bat, which is fine. I have no problem out of that one. I got Cobra Commander from Super 7. Now he got some wobbly legs, but when I stand him up, he stands. He doesn't give me any problem standing up the way I want him. So I'm like, all right. But he does have the wobble that everybody talks about.
Did you get the Super 7 Cobra Clan? I'm a Deadbeat edition.
Yeah, no.
Lord,
we did not get down. That's a hard one to find.
Am I right, everybody?
Now, let me. I am just going to show this because it is that fucking awesome.
Oh,
but a Stray has got a pickup, and this thing is freaking amazing.
Let me see.
All right, here we go.
Oh shit! Yeah.
This is the Dracula Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover. This thing.
Are we leaving this in the box, Ashtray?
I say is immaculate.
That's the black version.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys got this for Ashtray?
Yes.
Baby, you heard him right.
Yeah, he said he wants it in the box.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't be jelly, Galaxy. Just ask him to pick you up something.
We got to get it.
No. Listen, by the time
I was watching Thunderbolts. As a matter of fact, when you called,
I got to see that movie.
Such a great.
I actually liked the film.
Thank you.
I was very impressed with Florence Pugh. Or whatever.
It's a great movie.
I gotta see it.
What's up, Kaz? Manian Devil. No, it's a great.
Kaz
movie.
is here, huh?
Hey, Kaz.
So hey, King, how did you like the Silverhawks? Did the chrome?
Yeah. So I want the red version too. I'm gonna try to get both.
Oh my god! I ain't gonna lie, it looks great.
That looks sick. Actually.
Oh, when I seen that, I was like, yeah, they got me on that one. Now, I haven't been buying any of the monsters.
Yeah, I haven't got any of them either.
That one, I can fudge that one.
So who's the character though?
Shredder.
Shredder.
That is Shredder. Okay.
Okay, so Fumbling, they're based off of the Universal Turtles monsters from the original Playmates, but they're mixed with the 90s aesthetic of the 90s, the 1990 movie, the original 91 movie.
Gotcha.
So it's a weird thing.
Okay. Yeah. Now, did the movies, did they ever show Shredder's face at any point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first movie, dude.
They did.
The first movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes it off.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to start when I finish with your
going
ear.
Across his face?
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Raphael's like, it's him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now I will finish.
Yes.
When I began with your ear.
I actually remember. I remember the actor now too. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah.
Death comes for us.
I don't know. The Shredder is one of those characters that I've always liked, even as a kid.
Yeah,
the Shredder was always cool.
Yeah, it's a cool ass character, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is why I would have preferred to keep him mysterious. Like it's like Boba Fett. I was much happier when Boba Fett never took his helmet off.
Yeah.
It was a much cooler, more mysterious character. With
Hey, the Shredder came out. That back. Shredder showed up around the same time the X-Men were getting hot. And man, I mean, it was either you like Wolverine or Shredder, man. Them fucking claws it was all about the blades. The blades.
Yeah. It's a shame too because these wings, they're painted pretty well.
Yeah, that sucks. They
don't stay on. I mean,
now the one thing I almost grabbed from Super 7 because I saw it at a con, and I don't collect the line, but I always like picking up big, like unique items. Was the Thunder tank?
Big.
Oh, it was so big, and I was like, holy! And I already have the Ghost and a whole bunch of. Yeah, I had to pass, dude. I didn't realize.
It's like when you're with a girl and they're like so big, you're like, what am I even supposed to do with this? Like it's too much.
Shit, you gotta cuff them. You gotta do the cuff it remix.
Straight, you never been with a girl where it's just like like one of them's literally like this.
Bruh,
like it's just.
I got a story,
It's the way, dude.
That is a backstage story. I got some stories.
It's like
no, never been there. No.
Yeah.
Man, that is good times.
I got to put that song back on my rotation.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time. It's been a while, but I still remember it.
Oh, King got the Thunder tank. Nice. Yeah.
Man, King Collector, come on here. Let's show some shit.
Yeah, seriously.
King Collector has been saying he's got it all.
But again,
King Collector be doing 45-second reviews. How do you do that?
What does he do?
His reviews are short.
Yeah, well, it's like Frank Doom on You. He does these.
He does it too.
Bang. Yeah. Like nice.
Like I can't get myself to shut up. I be right at that 3 minutes.
That's great. That's great. I feel like every time I do one of my figure reviews, because I collect all the statues and stuff. I don't know why, but I'm determined to give everybody the backstory of who that Star Wars character is, so they can tie it into the larger universe. Because I always think if you're somebody who doesn't know, it's so cool to discover like all of that. But sometimes I find myself sitting there going like, am I really explaining to people who and what Yoda is in the grand scheme of things?
Well, I mean, some people are interested in that, man.
Yeah, like it's. But
before the Force Awakens, that was like a very popular thing to do. Was to have like a Star Wars lore channel. That's when like a lot of those started.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why I learned so much.
Just don't become the urban acolyte. That dude, he went from all right to
did he?
Issues.
That
dude got weird.
When I first started watching, there was this dude called Junkman.
Oh, dude, that guy is such a fucking loser, dude. He goes and picks fights with everybody online.
Yeah. So
and it's like, dude, just you're a man. Like, get over it. Like,
it was weird when I first started getting into YouTube and I discovered him and I thought, oh, this guy's pretty interesting. And then
he was interesting. I agree.
And then it just like Astray's saying, it just went like 180, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he was feuding with like the guy that everyone feuds with, the he's like, that guy is a real blowhard, man. He's always like stroking his dick.
I know who you're talking about, but we probably shouldn't say the name. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
But he's like, I used to work for Mattel. I used to do He-Man. Listen to me and my story. You know, he just
I know. Okay,
names.
And
I was just like, man, this guy is such a narcissist. He doesn't see it. Like he's just always having.
He's gotten better. He's gotten better over time.
But he's one of the most watched channels on.
Well, here's the thing, though, about that particular person. His knowledge is golden. I mean, I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him on everything because I do think he takes a very corporate viewpoint a lot of times.
You see, but sometimes like it's like thrown back in his face because I remember when he was saying that like he was like just like shitting on someone for saying that adult collectors have like a major play in the market, and he was just shitting on him, like that's fucking ridiculous, and you know it's still kids and and then like and like all the news, like I saw a report on NBC like about how adult collectors are ruling the toy aisles, man. Like from cars to figures, even Barbies. Yeah. Like adult collectors are like a huge percentage of the money and keeping it alive. And I was just like,
we are, but we aren't. If that makes sense, it's kind of like because the difference between adult collectors and children is we kind of we already know what we're going into the store for.
Yeah,
you know, like we're pretty specific. Versus kids, you know, they'll be walking around the store and they'll just pick something that they see and they think is cool and like it.
Right.
While we're like, excuse me, this G.I. Joe was supposed to come out today, and it is today, and can you get it from the back?
Right.
I already checked your system. It says you have it. You know, like that's
I hate asking people for that.
I don't be asking shit.
I've done it a couple of times, but like I have to know that a Target employee. You know what I mean? I have to be like cool with him. I don't want to be that guy. I don't. I really don't.
I haven't asked for something from the back. Wow, that sounds so bad.
Yeah. Go behind the beads.
You know what? We just go the back of the store.
Yeah, Kaz knows what that's exactly what I do. Can you look this number up? This DPCI?
You try something one time in high school, Ashtray, and it haunts you forever, dude.
No, man. It never happened.
If it don't fit, it must
Let me explain. This one time at band camp.
Jeez. But yeah. So what are you guys talking about though? Trying to get something like earlier than it's supposed to hit the floor?
No, just when you go to the store and you know it's supposed to come out that day and it's just not out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but what it is from is they watch my video and be like, "What the fuck? Why ain't I got it yet?" And
that's happened before.
Yeah, that's happened before. I've gotten pretty upset. I've been like, "What the fuck is this?"
or to make it worse, it's like they got something pre-order. It's pre-ordered and it's showing up on the shelves before even the pre-orders get out.
Oh,
that right there is what made me stop pre-ordering McFarlane.
Yeah, dude, that's bullshit. Yeah, I agree.
You would pre-order McFarlane and then go to the store and that should be there the next day. You'd be like, "What the fuck? Let's show this shit." And then you're sitting there in the toy aisle making life decisions because you didn't show up for that particular figure. You showed up for something else. And you're like,
TKD, they missed out on one thing they could have did.
What?
They missed out. They really did, man.
What do you want?
If they would have spent a little bit more time, they could have got this head to articulate better. You could have got him down into a damn crocodile.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been sick, man.
That would have been sick, actually.
If they would have just a little bit, they could have got that head.
I guess the question is that something he does in the comic?
I don't know, but
I saw it. That was his move in the game. In the game, he would get on all fours and then he would charge you.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Yeah, that would have been really neat, actually.
They could have got the head to come up and the tail to kind of come down better.
They would have had to, so kind of like with the Godzilla, the SH Monster Arts, they would have had to like articulate this whole region in order for him to do that.
Yeah.
That would, yeah.
Hey, now,
And NECA, they're always about the sculpt. I mean, they do well with articulation. They do really good hiding it, but they're definitely about the sculpt. And that's why I was kind of like with Super 7, I'm like, you can really do the same thing. You can still have the sculpt if you properly engineer your figures. Well, especially if you're charging $55 a pop for them.
Mythic Legions is a good example of that, right?
Yeah, Mythic Legions is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they're
don't get me wrong, the sculpts are amazing.
Yeah,
but the articulation on them, I'm like, like there's like I have a few, and I have one that will not stand up for nothing.
Dude, that Ganesha that I showed you that I bought, it cannot fucking stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? And apparently that's a common issue.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean I do like I only do the Figura Obscuras and then I ordered the Dragon. So but yeah, I didn't take out my other Figura Obscuras after that because I thought, first of all, when you actually put a piece of paper in there that says heat this up before you try and move it.
Yeah.
And like I was like, am I really gonna go out and buy a heat gun in order to?
Yeah, that was a big disappointment when I bought those. I can't remember if it was Mythic Legions or what, and I bought like it was like a lizard guy, and I bought like the accessory pack. I bought both of them for my son.
Right.
And interchanging that shit, like, man, we struggled with that. We gave up.
Yeah, well,
was it one of the? It wasn't one of these guys, was it?
Animal Kingdom? Are you talking about Warriors of the Animal Kingdom?
Yes, it was.
Oh, let me see.
Savage Crucible.
Yes, there you go.
Crucible.
Savage Crucible.
Yeah. Did you get these from whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck them dudes. But anyway.
So same thing? Got to heat it up?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had to heat it up initially, but did you end up getting the feet?
Well, yeah, I mean, it came with feet. Like,
no. Well, that did sound like a stupid question.
Yeah.
They put out new feet for them because they couldn't stand worth the shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So they actually had new feet redone, but they took the toe articulation away. And they made the joint a little tighter, so now they stand really good. You just lose that toe articulation, but you don't really need it. But you know what I mean.
You know what I liked about Savage Crucible? I liked their marketing campaign. Because when they first came out, they did like the Toy Lantas and all the shows. But then what they did is they sent a free figure to all the YouTubers. Like within a 2-week period, every channel had one. And they literally said, give it your full-on honest, like, we don't care. This is not like, if you don't like it, tell us what you don't like. And that first figure was such a banger that it bought them all that goodwill and that free publicity. And, it takes balls to believe in your product like that, right? And put it out there. And nobody.
No, it's a solid figure. It's hell. The articulation is really on par with this, and that is a great example because I want to say that each one of those figures were $45 or $50 a pop.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, if you're talking about sculpted detail and paint, they're on NECA. They're on NECA level with that. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Well, and then the other one that I like actually is the animal, like the ones that I see up here in Toronto a lot is the Animal Warriors of Animal Kingdom, AWOP, Animal Warriors or whatever it is.
I haven't seen those at any shops. I know what you're talking about though.
I've seen them. I didn't. They were kind of like Marvel Legends to me.
Oh really? No. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe actually, yeah.
Anyway, they have the swivel waist, and then they have that ab crunch like Marvel Legends, and then I don't think it had a butterfly. I think it was just like a typical arm. So I remember It was, matter of fact, TKD. It was at whatchamacallit, the shop that I don't want to fuck with. What are they called again? I don't remember their names.
Not back in time.
Texas Time Warp.
Texas Time Warp.
Yeah, they had. I remember somebody had sold their collection, and I just happened to be there when they did, and they had some of those. Matter of fact, they had some Valaverse too, and that's when I first had an experience with Valaverse, and I was like, and I was like, this is shit. And then, because I'm an asshole. And then I messed with the Animal Kingdom thing, and I was like, no, this is shit. And then I was like, no. So, that happens.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends, I have a love-hate relationship, but then I had a Super 7 figure, and then I was like, okay, wait a minute. Marvel Legends ain't that bad. And then, it happens. Greatness can be wrong at times.
Always. Yep. I agree. That's funny though.
Upon further research, you see things, you be like, damn. All right. So, sometimes I'm just being an asshole. And I try to acknowledge that.
Like there's some other people making figures on par with NECA. Like the guys that made the Fraggle Rock figures. I mean, those are really
those were nice, actually.
Well, yeah, the sculpts, they have the same sculpt like the NECA Muppets have. The NECA Sesame Street. Really good paint jobs, accessories, sculpts, everything. Like
I love Mezco makes great figures, right? Like there's a lot of guys. I mean, if you're putting Mezco might actually be a level up from NECA, right?
I don't have any. All
right.
My son has the Crow figure.
What's that?
Mezco. You did get the Crow figure. You said you liked it, right?
Yeah, it's very good. It's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. That's normally how it goes.
That's up there.
When you get a Mezco, the first time you get one, you're gonna be blown away, right?
Yeah.
Then as you start getting more of them, you're gonna see the inconsistencies. See, some of them are really good, like damn good. And then others are like $80, $100 for this.
100? Oh, way more than that.
This little Mafex right here. This guy's mom.
Yeah, Mafex is really. Is it Mafex or Mafex? I always call it Mafex.
I don't know. Everybody says it differently. Hell, if I do a review, I say it 3 different ways. So I don't.
Right,
know.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Just look at the finish on this guy. Like
they nail it. They nail it for sure.
This figure is where it's at, man. Articulation. That's amazing.
And I got the Spider-Man 2099.
So that Daredevil is almost perfect, but the head sculpt is just too cartoony for me. Him and the Captain America.
I like about it. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the new trailer?
Superman?
Yeah,
it looks fun.
The new Superman trailer. I liked it.
I like it. I guess we're going to get Brainiac. That's going to be the main man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in that newest trailer that come out.
It looks like Smallville to me.
Kind of. No. I did like. I love the intensity of Lex Luthor. Like that's the Lex Luthor that, like I kind of always wanted as a kid. I love Gene Hackman. I love the role that he did with it. But I hate to say it, but for me, watching him as a kid, he never seemed menacing. He seemed a little buffoonish.
Yeah.
And that was just, I was alive. I remember watching them in the theater. So, I saw the original Christopher Reeves in the theater and he was never menacing to me. I don't know why. I thought the 3 Kryptonians in the second movie were much more menacing than he ever was.
Look at that little guy next to Leatherhead, dude. That little
McFarlane, man, and McFarlane from Pacific Rim.
Papa. Shit! Wow. I only have like one of those little things.
That's cool.
And I only bought it because I found it at Ross, and I was like, huh.
What is it?
Mine has got a wire in the tail, man. They put a wire in his fucking tail. But he looks very similar almost. He's like a little baby version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be like a little minion.
Yeah.
I have so much on order from Sideshow right now. I think I have 8 or 9 pieces
Damn.
Oh, dude. Where do you put all that?
I'm still waiting on my Darth Maul. You got yours yet?
From the one from you mean Hot Toys or Sideshow?
Yeah.
Hot Toys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my Darth Maul. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
I got my Darth Vader Battle Damage Vader, and now
Are these 1/6 scale figures or statues you pre-ordered?
1/6, and then I also order the statues, so I do both. So because now I started collecting all the mythical statues. So those are 1/4 scale statues.
Look, man, I bought a statue. I got a statue or two. Look at this.
Like the special edition always. When it comes to the statues, always the limited run.
With speeder or without speeder?
Without speeder.
This is a really good looking figure.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, y'all. Wait a minute.
Even the that's nice actually. I like that. I like this character, man. I haven't seen the movie yet. Is it good? I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
It's all right, dude.
Okay. I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I wish he would have looked. I mean, I know he's not gonna look as comic booky as this, but I wish they would have actually did this look.
I wish they would have made him like, hey man, we need you to hit the gym, dude. Here's some testosterone and some steroids. I really need you to look the part.
Like Alan Richardson from Reacher, who's like admitted that he's on
so this one. I really like.
That looks pretty.
Oh, that's nice. Actually, that's cool.
The base.
I like that. Now, have you guys been checking out any of the Iron Studio statues?
I have not.
Okay, so if whatever line you're into, you got to check out Iron Studios. They are banging out statues, and they're from South America, which means you're not going to get nailed with the tariffs and all that. They are putting out statues that are absolutely incredible, like incredible. I actually even ordered the Skeletor statue, and I'm not a Motu guy.
Skeletor can't get you.
Right? Skeletor is just fucking, that's such a cool, this is the maximum.
Yeah, man, they have some good statues. Look at that.
Yeah. Are you looking at Iron Studios?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, buddy, look at the Skeletor one. Oof. Like I've never seen like
statues are able to get away with things because they don't have to worry about articulation, so they get to put that money into the paint.
And that's why I started going the statue route, and also just because it was like I've convinced myself somehow it retains more value. I don't know that it does.
You know, I like the little McFarlane statues. They're they're at a price point that I can not blow my head off about.
Right.
Because after a while, I'm gonna be like, hold up, $80. It ain't got no articulation. Man, I just
Rebel Moon. Oh man, this Chitara statue is beautiful.
Right,
$30. $30. I can fudge that on. The little figurine.
Look at her tight little.
TK, I'm telling you. Have you found the Skeletor?
Let me see. I'll look for it now.
It's so ridiculous.
You said it was by Gentle Giant, right?
No. This is Iron Studios.
Masters of the Universe.
There was one Skeletor statue I saw a while back that I thought looked really good.
It might have been the.
It was expensive. It was like damn near.
On the waiting list, like the Unleashed.
Yeah, that's the one. Hey, I got that one. I got it.
Oh, okay.
That's a very dynamic pose.
Dude, is that wild or what? Right?
Yeah, that's very different. Yeah, that's way more menacing than I'm used to seeing Skeletor.
Way more.
Like with his skull open.
Character Skeletor has a lot of potential, and if the right person gets the rights to do the movie or whatever, Skeletor has a lot of potential to be a very menacing character.
It won't though, Astray. They're gonna fuck it up.
I know
they already have. You know that it's already happened. We just haven't seen it yet.
You hate to say it, but you're right. They probably already. I haven't seen. There's a channel out there. The guy keeps leaking set photos.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, how legitimate they are, but already you're like, that's not looking good.
I just give me a big badass Battle Cat and I'll be happy. You know, don't fuck up Battle Cat and I'll be okay.
Well, what's his name did?
It's gonna be Battle Kitty.
Mondo.
Oh, battle person. They're gonna.
Yeah.
He's not a cat. One of us.
Battle
Gotta
them.
respect him.
Nah, Mark Cosplay, he gets those Mondo Mondo figures.
Him and
he does,
New Soundwave, man, they have impressive
magical picture taking abilities.
Yeah, Mark Cosplay's good.
Is he?
Hey, let me tell you about. Look, Mark will tell me anything I want to know about how to do the picture, but I have to tell him to talk to me in stupid.
Okay.
Because he goes in and I'm like, bruh, I'm not there.
Oh yeah, see, King Collector's familiar. Hey, can you put this up? I have to show this.
Yeah, here I come.
This is,
that's what I just saw. It's awesome.
Damn.
Wow. Right?
Yeah, it's so different with seeing him with the like screaming head like that.
Like, dude, and I'm not a Motu guy. As soon as I saw this statue, I was like, I'm ordering it. Because Motu was part of my childhood, obviously. I'm that generation. Dude, I'm happy to have that Skeletor in my collection. I will find room for him. But yeah.
So what's your process when you get a statue? Like, what do you do with it? Like, other than take it out the box?
Yeah, so I take it out the box. So I have like my basement has like a dedicated area, but my reviews are mostly like my smaller statues and then some other ones, just because it's like, you know, it's a fine line between kind of wanting to celebrate it and then seeming like you're like, check out what I have, right? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, right? You kind of, they're not. I mean, I say that, and I know people are spending way more money than I am on their collection.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
So there's some things I don't review because of the very reason.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But like right now, I've got, and then some never come out of the box. I hate to admit it. Like I'm very much an inbox collector. Like I've got at least 8 or 9 quarter scale. The Ghost, the Mythic Legions Dragon will never come out of the box. Like the Sail Barge, Star Wars Sail Barge will never come out of the box. I like to have them, but my more favorite characters I do. Like obviously Darth Vader's coming out of the box because he's Darth Vader. Right?
Right.
Execute order.
Damn.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Palpatine will come out of the box too. That's great. I love that pose.
So cool. As a fucking menace.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Is that a female turtle?
Like, if you had like a blue or something like that, you could use this head like this, and be like another gator is like lurking right there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's cool.
You could have blue right there.
Wait a minute. On the back of that box, is that like a dead person on that bottom right picture?
Mm-hmm.
He's holding them in the air.
No, but the one in the bottom right. Like, is he overlooking like a dead body?
Oh, yeah.
No, baby, look what you're doing.
Like he just ate that Utrom.
Yeah.
Hey, so RoughShod, is his arms ratcheted?
That's awesome. Okay. So
oh, the articulation on this big boy. Man, it is more to be desired, I would say.
Oh, I know.
But
really?
Let's see here. I'll give them one thing. They could have easily just painted this eye patch thing here, but they actually molded that little black line all the way around his head.
Which is cool.
Wow.
But
which is cool.
The arms.
It's basically a rectangle with arms.
Yeah, and then this. You got this.
That's already better. That's already better than half the figures we're talking about for that size.
Mm-hmm. You got this guy. He can go out some. It's single joint, man. It's really, That's it.
That shot they did with him stomping on the Fugitoid's head, that's a good shot.
Isn't that great? That's such a good shot. That's why I was asking about it.
He's gonna eat that Utrom right out of the belly. All right, y'all. I'm out. I gotta get some sleep.
Yeah,
keep it
fun, man.
Good night.
Later, Ray. Later, Galaxy.
Later, TK.
Graybeard, Virgo, everyone in the chat, man. Have a good night. King Collector, Doug, Kaz, Seth.
Take it easy. Thank you for stopping on by. But yeah, it is limited articulation, but it looks badass.
That's a badass. Like that's a great for the price.
He looks imposing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So what is he in total? Maybe 8 inches. Maybe even.
They say 7.
Oh, really?
They claim 7. Yeah,
so,
but hang on.
Pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm with you, Fumbling. It looks more like 8. Yeah, it's more like 8 for real.
I feel like I have a natural eye for 8 inches.
Yeah, that didn't sound right, but okay.
At least I didn't lie.
Oh man, that's about as bad as what I said earlier.
Exactly.
Right.
I just feel like I know.
If he didn't have the tail straight,
I know 3 3/4 inches pretty well. All right.
It's like, really?
If he didn't have the tail straight, he would not stand.
He don't stand well.
If he didn't have the tail,
yeah.
If he didn't have the tail,
that makes sense.
He would not stand.
That makes sense.
For sure. That tail is definitely built into the his ability to stand.
Yeah, definitely. So it's man. I mean, but it looks great, man. I'm like, shit. If you're gonna get this one, or if you're gonna get Killer Croc, either one.
Man, dude. So that McFarlane 2-pack, that shit is expensive. I was gonna get it, and I was like, hell no, I ain't paying that.
They wanted what, 80?
Yeah, it came out to like 82 something. I was like, fuck that, no.
Well, he's absolutely killing it now that he's lost the license. It's crazy. It's like that Superman cyborg is awesome.
He's just pumping now. Well, shit, I think now what we're seeing is he's just pumping out everything that was going to be,
pumped out anyway.
Rolled out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Now you're just getting hit with an influx of shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm skipping a lot of stuff because some things I don't really need. But if I'm always a sucker for a Batman, so it doesn't take much to make me want a Batman. But some things, like for example, that Killer Croc and Batman 2-pack, I like the Killer Croc more than I care for the Batman in there.
That Killer Croc looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I ain't gonna say, but I have my ways. But that Killer Croc is nice. That's all I really want. So when I seen it, I was like, I'll take another Batman. That's not an issue. But $80? Nah, I'll wait.
Steep. Pretty steep for a truck.
Yeah, it is. Oh man.
But I guess
I got too many of these guys to get. I can't be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Todd Father.
Your war hammer. Your war hammer.
I love them. They're so good.
Oh, they are, dude. They look great. Hey,
I ain't gonna say either, man. That Dracula, you gotta straight. That thing looks freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, it looks good too.
It looks. I like to see. I didn't even know that they had a different colored version of it.
I didn't know until like the other day that there was going to be a red version. I was like, shit.
It made sense. It made sense because the style of armor that he's wearing is very reminiscent to the armor that homeboy that Dracula wore in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was red. He wore red in that,
which is a great look.
Oh, Doug Smith. Look, trust me. There's a reason why they call me Todd's son, but I have quite a bit of McFarlane figures, quite a bit of them.
Dude, I just
where, like I said, I've had to be like, shit. Do I really need this one? I already got a, Green Lantern. It don't take much to convince me to get them. Batman doesn't take me much. A Superman, I got a few good Supermans. I'm not one of the biggest Superman fans. I'm not really a big fan of like invincible characters. Mm-hmm. Characters that it seems like you can't really do nothing to them. That's why I like Daredevil so much, because even though he can do what he do, he can still die. There is a real sense of danger for him. But Superman, I mean, think about it. Is he ever really in danger?
No,
not really.
No. No. Yeah. Now, was that Guy Gardner in the Peacemaker 2 preview? That was Guy Gardner behind the window doing. So I guess
that is Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. I'm not the biggest Guy Gardner fan. I prefer John Stewart, but I like John Stewart, and I like God damn it, I always forget his damn name. The other guy.
Hal Jordan?
No, not Hal Jordan.
I think I grew up.
Kyle Rayner.
Oh, yeah, okay. Who do we grow up with, RoughShod, in the 80s? Who was the original? Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan.
Well, technically, it was Alan Scott.
Oh,
the Green Lantern that wore the red outfit. He was the original Green Lantern, actually. His whole thing was very different than the actual Green. It was
his was magic.
Yeah, it was magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
And he was gay.
Part of yeah.
Wow, back then? Cool.
Part of
I say cool because I love when, and we're not gonna get, but I like when you remind people that there were always people that existed in the timeline of history that, like, this isn't a new phenomenon and this isn't like some sort of secret agenda to turn you all into something else. But anyway, so I love that. And
this is a true fact. The comic books have been woke before woke was a thing.
Right, that's what I mean. Like,
legit, comic books had shit in it that as little kids we probably should have been fucking around with at all, but they were there. There little nuances and elements here and there, and it got by. It got by the parents. They had no clue.
No, and if they did, they just didn't. Yeah, well, they didn't care. Like it's funny that when you think, like, honestly, when you really think about it, Sigourney Weaver's character Ripley would be considered woke today. She would be considered like a a boss girl or a Mary Sue or whatever you want to call it, right? And you're like, that's absurd. Like, it's absurd to think that's like, you're like, there's always been strong female characters, always been gay characters, black characters, Asian characters. Like, it's like, dude. Anyway, I love, and comic books, you're right, have always been on the cutting edge of that.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. There's I think there's an Iron Man comic where I can open up and you can see a guy snorting cocaine. I'm like, this shit. I was the kid had no clue.
Shit, they used to sell cigarettes in comic books.
Yeah, totally.
Shit, sea monkeys, them stupid ass things.
and sea monkeys were the best. Or do you remember the submarine?
Yes, he had to put baking soda in that shit or something stupid like that.
It was like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, I remember. No, which is, anyways, that's great. No, but you're right. Comic books have always pushed the edge of. I don't know if we spoke about it before, but for me, being an '80s kid, most of the comic books I was reading in the 80s were about the Vietnam War, because America was still reconciling that period of their history. So everything had a very like heavy overtones of like the consequences of being veterans and post-traumatic stress disorder and all the heroes dealt with it one way or another, and kind of the world that was changing. Yeah, it was an interesting. And then there was this great comic called The Nom, which I remember, and G.I. Joe came out, of course, and all that is part of that. It was an interesting time to read comics. They were much, much different. I enjoyed comics back then. I found them much more adult, and I read them now, and I suppose they are adult in the level of violence, but they don't seem as sophisticated as they did back then.
They're not.
Right? Like
the stories are a lot more simpler nowadays. Because even if you go back and you look at old comic books dialogue, like there was whole fucking paragraphs in them damn books. like now. Oh wow.
Yes.
This is a old graphic novel. It collected the first 4 issues.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't ever know that was a thing.
Oh, this is one of the greatest, like, dude, like, and you want to talk about real kind of, anyway, great stories.
Dude, it was fucking Platoon in comic book form.
Yeah, totally.
It is exactly what it was. I was like, what the fuck? There's no superheroes in that shit.
No, it was real. And it was an avenue for creative outlet, right? And to just reconcile that period.
People got fucked up and everything.
Yeah, man. I know. I really enjoyed that. So I was more into the Nom than I was into Joe's, which is really interesting. So the Joe's kind of passed me by. So now I laugh because I'm part of that small minority that looks at Cobra Law, and I'm like, what's the problem? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm 52, Doug. I'm 52. So we're almost in the same era for sure.
But I mean, G.I. Joe, they had some episodes that dealt with shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's that far for the whole Cobra Law thing. I mean, people lost interest in it, but I'm like, man, y'all had like ghosts, apparitions were helping G.I. Joes. I mean,
Sure. Yeah. And then they have like a Sorcerer Supreme. Didn't they have a Sorcerer Supreme? Like,
I don't know what they all had. And I remember Destro, he had to do some weird ass chant to get this big ass monster to eat a shitload of apples. Because the seeds in the apples was going to kill it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. See, that's like
totally. That fucking monster is probably going to be a fucking HasLab or some shit like that one day.
Wow.
Now, Ashtray, you're clearly younger than us, so you probably grew up like. What was your comic book?
I grew up in the 90s.
Right. So your cartoon, you're like the Aces Place generation, where you were probably more like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and kind of
yeah.
I
mean, I watched some G.I. Joe.
Right.
My uncles watched it,
right.
So I did watch some of it, but I was more into the toys than I was the show.
Sure.
Like I like the G.I. Joe too. I still think to this day that 3 3/4 is one of the best scales ever. You can just do so much with it. But that's really how I got into I man, look, every Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, I bought it, or my parent or grandparent bought it.
Sure.
And then they were a whole nother character. Every single one. I was just fascinated with ninjas, and I was like, G.I. Joe was the only toy brand that had ninjas. And
go ahead. Yeah.
No. So I was just like, I remember just I don't know how many Storm Shadows I had.
Right.
Matter of fact, this is why I like Storm Shadow more than I like Snake Eyes, because Storm Shadow actually looks like a ninja.
Agreed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For look,
so like I had Snake Eyes, but I had like a few of them. But then I had like a fuck ton of Storm Shadows.
They guys look more like a prototype bat.
Yeah. Definitely not. Yeah, definitely Storm Shadow is much more ninja. But you got the tail end. See, we got this series. You probably were at the right age. The American Ninja movies.
Oh, that's
American
I
Ninja.
had it. It was a box set, and it came with a DVD, and it had like a whole platform, and it had
man,
it had a red one, a black. It was, I think it was called Ninja Coup.
Yes. Yeah.
And then and he had a weird sculpt because his sculpt was like muscular.
Yes.
And then it had of course a Storm Shadow and a Snake Eyes.
Oh fuck!
I remember I had that.
Man, there was.
Hey, I
that
do
movie
recall,
sucked, by the way, but
yeah, it did not age well. No.
Speaking of American Ninja, you had that stupid show, The Master, I believe, that was about a ninja.
Was it
an old man ninja? I think.
I don't remember the name of it. I just remember that box set.
But that was like the age of cultural misappropriation. Like all these white dudes running around, like, oh, he was an American that ended up in Japan and became a ninja, and he could beat any real ninja, because he was an American ninja. It was like,
hey, it's no different than The Last Samurai.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah. At least the Last Samurai, Tom Cruise had the good like idea to say, okay, let the actual Japanese shine in my movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, but because I thought that was one of the better period pieces that Tom Cruise has ever done. Yes.
Period. The Last Samurai wasn't as egregious as some of the others.
No, I mean in the 80s it was so bad, dude. There was Kung Fu: The Legend Continues with David Carradine.
Like, oh, you talking about all the Kung Fu flicks?
Oh.
Like, yeah. Oh man, now look, I didn't see a whole lot of Kung Fu flicks.
Yeah, yes, right. And we got flooded.
The Five Deadly Venoms, that's one of the best ones.
Oh, that's good shit. The Five Deadly Venoms, man, you killing me?
Oh shit! The master was with Lee Van Cleef. Wow.
Man, what's that one? It was one that had Jet Li in it. He was like, "It's a bounty on your head." I'm trying to remember the name of that movie. It was one of those like wushu ones, like when Jet Li like first started out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck, I remember all the Jackie Chan ones, Drunken Master, and
yep.
Oh fuck, on and on. Yeah. Infernal Affairs with.
I don't want no trouble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, Lee Van Cleef
whooping their ass while he's talking about he don't want no trouble.
Fucking.
That was it. That was the guy. It was called The Master.
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef.
It was a team.
Like I haven't heard that name since like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then he was in, of course, Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Which they're remaking.
He ends up going down the toilet bowl with fucking being the ninja master on his.
Oh my god.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great by any means, but it was the craze.
Man.
It was the craze at that time.
I used to watch the Bruce Lee, like all of them. The only one I did not like that much was Game of Death.
Because he died.
Oh yeah, he didn't even finish that movie.
Yeah,
it was so disjointed. It was the only thing I loved about that was that he fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and
that was it. That was it. Yeah, that whole sequence, like he was in a video game going up to the boss level, basically.
Was cool, and because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was actually one of his students in real life,
right? So
there was just a cool connection there. But yeah, that you're right. That movie's so disconnected.
Yeah,
but
like, Big Boss, that was one of my favorite ones.
Which one?
Bruce Lee, Big Boss.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yes.
And then of course, Enter the Dragon, and I like all of them. Fist of Fury.
Oh, so good. The Chinese Connection, like.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to go see them at the at the rerun cinema as kids. My mom would take us to see them, and we would just fuck sing.
I had them junks on. I had them on first. First, we had them on cassette, and then when you started getting the cassette and DVD combo. I remember I bought them again. I think it was like Walmart had when Walmart has like those like random movie sets. And they're like in the bin, and you're digging, and you're like, oh shit, look, they got this. It was one of those, and I think it had it had Big Boss, Enter the Dragon, and two other ones. And I remember I used to just watch them like over. I had a rotation. It'd be Blade. I would watch Blade.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's what I want. Oh, I had like old cartoons on cassette. It was one with this owls. Like he would be singing. It was a singing owl. I can't remember the name of that cartoon, but it's an old cartoon.
Oh, you talking about I want the rooter?
Yeah, it has that on there.
Cause fucking cartoon.
That's the one.
Damn anal probe, and he sung that same stupid ass song. I know what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about. This stupid little ass owl. You little kid owl. Man, that is old, man. That is old. No, that's from Fumbling in Mind Times.
Oh yeah.
That's
shit. It gets better. I remember I had a cassette tape of the old Superman cartoon.
Oh, now that's
faster than a speeding bullet. All that shit. I had a tape.
What's that up in the sky?
That's why you wanted that fucking Superman.
Yeah.
That's
great. Oh, buddy, I remember.
Hey, man, look, there was a time when we didn't have cable, so I had a rotation.
Buddy, I'm so old. I remember going to see the only Disney movie that's ever been destroyed. They actually destroyed it from the vault. It was called Songs of the South.
Oh shit!
And it was buddy. And I remember my parents. And I remember being at the theater with my parents. And I remember my mom going like, "Oh, we need to leave. Like this is like we're like." And it was like a mix of live action and cartoon, and it was so misguided. And I'm sure Disney, oh, dude. And Zippity Zoo. Anyway, there was this song that just became infamously. And anyway, they've destroyed it from the vault. I've heard they actually destroyed it. And it was like.
I'm pretty sure they have copies, but.
Yeah, dude.
Because that was the very first damn movie they ever did.
Yeah, exactly. That mixed live action with cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's why people went to see it, right? And it was like, I could just imagine how many parents like mine. Oh, there you go. Doug Smith said it. I'm so old. I saw Sounds. Me too. I saw it in the theater. And I remember my mom just being like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on? And anyways, it just become an infamous.
No. I remember the first time I ever discovered that film existed. And I was like, what? And then it kind of made me go back and remember like a lot of those old Disney cartoons. Like I remember seeing the one with Donald Duck and the
right.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say
of course. Bugs Bunny in blackface. Dancing, like, oh yeah, dude, like real stuff. Yeah.
I remember that. I forgot what cartoon it was, but the one with the unicorns and all the I actually remember that. Because we had a lot of old tapes. I don't know what happened to those tapes, but that's that was just shit. Like I said, we didn't have cable, so
and you'll never. The thing is now you'll never settle for worse. And I'm certainly not one of those people. Like, do I think that you destroy your history? No, because you're doomed to repeat it. And certainly, you don't circulate it, but at the same time, you don't hide away from that history, right?
Yeah, I think trying to like cover it up is the issue that I have with it because.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, Walt Disney was not exactly an everybody person,
Well, and anti-Semite, right? Like,
that too. So it's just like, I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
right. So again,
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, this was it in the past, and this ain't gonna be it going forward. Like. I mean, shit, y'all got. I mean, especially for kids in my age range, not kids, but adults in my age range, like we grew up on Disney. Yeah, you know, all of those cartoon films that came out, starting with Lion King.
Yeah, man.
You know, like every single one of them I've seen and had the VHS at some point.
I am not gonna lie. I was not a fan of musicals, and nor
like Fantasia.
Yeah. I mean musicals, man. I did not like my cartoons to have singing shit in it.
Oh, okay.
So I ain't gonna lie. I was not a fan of Disney. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I watched Transformers and damn Thundercats and motherfucking G.I. Joe. Space Ghost, fucking Thundar and the Herculoids, and and shit. And then I'm like, y'all start.
See, I'm familiar with all of those cartoons because of my uncles too.
Of course.
So, I've seen a lot of them.
The one Disney animated that I liked, that I actually liked, that I watched it more than one time, was The Lion King. But that's it. That's it. I mean, I'm
a big fan of Fantasia. Fantasia is probably the one that I've seen the most, just because I think it has a stunning soundtrack and there's not a lot of talking in it, so it just
I think my favorite Disney film is Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules is a lot of people's it's up there for a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. I did watch Aladdin.
Oh, Aladdin was fun.
Aladdin's another good one
with Robin Williams. Yeah, that was a fun movie. Yeah. Well,
and then Emperor's New Groove. I know that was a newer one, but that's still one of my favorite movies.
Is it? Yeah, I've never seen it.
That movie is hilarious.
Bambi was a big one for me as a kid.
You know, Bambi traumatized a lot of kids, but I was just like, deer sausage.
Yeah, it did traumatize though. It did traumatize me.
I was not one of them kids. I was just like, oh, okay, thunder in the background.
Yeah, Fantasia, Doug is.
Or like Tarzan, that was another good one. But like when Carjack gets hung on the vines.
Right, dude. Yeah, hits home, right? Yeah, they could never do that today.
No,
they would never go there today.
No.
Like even when you look at
Sword in the Stone. Yeah, that is a good one.
Oh, Sword of the Stone's really good. Yes, King Collector. You're right. Sorry, I just blanked out with that old pickpocket kid in England.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah. God, don't make me
remember. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, right. So I was watching.
Can I have some more?
Yeah. So I was watching it the other day, and I mean, of course, Bill, whatever the bad guy's name is, Bill Sykes. And then he hangs himself, and there's some of the kids get badly hurt as a kid, and I think, fuck, they could never do that today. They would never do that again.
Yeah, I remember Anastasia.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The animation in that film was great.
Right. But again, now you can't have Foghorn Leghorn, you can't have Speedy Gonzales. Like there's all these characters, right? Pepe Le Pew apparently represents some sort of rape culture.
Yeah, they took Pepe Le Pew out.
And you're just like, holy shit.
Pepe down.
And see, that's another thing. Like, if you really go back into the history of Looney Tunes, that shit was racist too.
Oh my God, Looney Tunes? Are you crazy, dude? It was so yes.
And so was Tom and Jerry. Some of them. I'm young enough that they still aired some of them episodes.
And surprisingly, in some American channels that I have here in Canada, they still do.
Yeah,
you'll see them like 2-3 in the morning, and you're like, whoa! You're like, what is this doing on the air?
Thomas? Thomas? Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, and what's crazy is, as a kid, I never thought nothing of it, and nobody else did, really.
Totally.
But now I'm like, oh shit.
I'm pretty sure they still play Gone with the Wind every year on some channel.
I think Gone with the Wind kind of. Yeah, Turner Classic Movies will play that shit.
Yeah, they'll play that shit, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, okay, it's. I don't know that it's aged as well. I mean, it's a classic. Like, I get that it's a cinematic piece of history, but
when I look at the old stuff like that, I have to. I say this sometimes to Virgo. I actually say it a lot. Sometimes we look at shit, and if he weird, be like, man, what the fuck are we watching? I look at her, I'm like, when they made this movie, it was different times. It was different.
Oh yes, yes.
Made this shit.
Yeah. No, it's a product. No, and you listen. You can never forget context. Context is everything, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing's worse than revisionist history, where people are like, oh, you were a bad man 40 years ago, when you're like, yeah, but the thing you think they were a bad people for didn't even exist as a concept 40 years ago. Right? Like you can't, fuck, man.
I think it's one of those things where they knew it was wrong, but it was a social norm.
No, that's right. No, exactly right. Yeah. Even if it was correct, you're absolutely right, Astray. Even if they,
yeah, it was acceptable.
Yeah.
It was acceptable, actually. Shit. I guess is what you would say.
Yeah, and King's right. Like the thing is context is everything. We've almost gone to a point where people are almost like, when I see some of the revisionist stuff, and I'm not excusing anybody's behavior at all, but what I'm saying is you have to give that person the benefit of the doubt as well, that you have to look at the time and place that they lived in and whether or not that was, as you say, acceptable, right? Like, and I'm not advocating like violence or things like that, but sometimes when I hear shit like that, like, oh, you know what he said in 1983? You're like, yeah, in 1983. Like, fuck, if you watch Pretty in Pink, there's a character in there called Long Dong Duck, I think is the Asian guy's name. Like, dude, like, and no, King Collector just brought up a good one, like Blazing Saddles. Like you're like, dude, it was.
Yeah, that's ignorance right there, boy. It's like, it's stupid as hell.
Like, fuck, dude. Like, and they actually asked him to redo Blazing Saddles, and he said, you can never do it again. He goes, no, it was a product of its era. Like, why would I want to do that today?
Yeah, that would not fly.
Oh,
that
shit.
Would not fly.
Even, dude, hey, Frank, what's up? Doom on you. Even, what's the one with Eddie Murphy where he switches places, trading places? But
yeah.
Dan Aykroyd at the end of the movie painted blackface as a Jamaican dude in the train. You're just like, you can't do that. You can't do that, right? Like, but in 1983, yeah.
Yeah, there's some things they was able to get away with. I don't know. To me,
I'm not saying right or wrong.
Like I said, it is what it is.
Correct.
Hell, it's a whole feature film.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, you can delete it, but that don't change the fact that people have already seen it. It's already etched in people's memories.
Well, and then also you can't, and also you don't crucify people again for being part of an era where it was just, and believe me, I don't excuse any of that behavior by any means, but what a crazy things we've seen, man. But I feel like
you guys, look what I got.
Oh my God. Oh, has Frank not seen this on you yet?
I don't know. I'm just fucking with him.
Do you have the sperm ball?
Yeah, I do got the little sperm. Little sperm ball.
Sperm ball.
Oh, there it is. Oh no.
There
you go, Frank.
Bring that sperm ball back up one more time, please. That has to be the funniest fucking like. Who designed that? And thought like, oh yeah, that's totally acceptable.
It's totally acceptable.
Like,
hold on, let me see, because it does peg.
It's fucking
there you go.
No, it has no. Okay, I might buy the toy just for that. Because I think that would be funny to have that like somewhere in my office when I'm having meetings with my staff. It's a spider web.
Frank, I don't put the thing back in the box. You have to rewind to see this thing. I pulled that sucker out though.
Oh my God, you got it back in the box?
Oh yeah.
Good for you, dude. I have not been able to get Ganesha back in the box since I took it out.
Oh, now it's loose though. I mean, the tail. If I shake the box, it'll probably start.
Oh, okay. It's me.
It's safer this way. It's safer. You can just lay down like this, and it'll be fine.
What's your take on it, MS?
I'm gonna do the review tomorrow.
All right.
I don't know, Frank. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm not 50-50 on the price though, but it's definitely not worth the price. That $50 is ridiculous for what this is. But if this were 35 or 40, I think it'd be fine. But for 50, I have to review it with the $50 figure in mind.
Dude, I feel like that's the norm now, bro. I think we're so past the point of, I hate to say it, right? Like, what's the classified go for these days?
Shit.
Depending on the
they're knocking on. I mean, depending on what the character is, because Road Pig was like what, 44?
Right. So let's call it like. Sorry, let's go for like just a regular character, like just a regular.
Well, I think those are like 26, right?
So it's still not too bad. But they're more premium characters. Like, so Road Pig, which is a bigger character, was the price of that NECA Leatherhead.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
Oh, Leatherhead was $49.99, $50.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna spend your money on what you. I mean, if you only collect Marvel Legends, it
25. Thanks.
This is going to be your big purchase within that toy line. You know, like there's a different price for this and say, you know, this one. You know, they don't call. You know, it's. I guess it's kind of like that. I don't know how to even explain it. Like that scaling just of your line. If you want that top of the line version within the line that you collect, you're gonna have to pay. You know, for McFarlane, you got your regular multiverse, then you got your collector edition. You know, it's the same product, but one comes with a little bit more than the other. So it's like eventually you're gonna have to do that. But do I think that they're being ridiculous though? Like this was great, $35, $40. You know, 50 was. I think that's why it's hard to not be like, it's a Marvel Legend and keep it moving, because you charge double. You know, like if this was a typical Marvel Legend, I would just be like, oh yeah, it's a Marvel Legend doing Marvel Legend things. I wouldn't even be as critical.
Yeah. If you raise the price, you raise the expectation for sure. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, that's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's fair.
Now,
so listen, promise me sometime. I got to get some sleep because I'm sure I got to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. But promise me sometime, please, to walk me through Warhammer. Because I've always been interested.
I wish I could.
Oh no,
I'm not.
I thought you were.
I'm familiar with certain chapters at this point, but I'm not that deep. Right. Like I'm still learning. It's a lot,
dude. It's like right.
I can tell you what I know, but it's a lot.
Yeah. And man, you can deep dive on that thing, and I'm just like, wow, who has the time and the resources to build? Build this world. In a way.
I mean, you can spend a lot of time in just one chapter. Like, and then you'll be like, damn, and then this chapter will leak into another one, and then you got a whole nother set, and it's like shit. So what I've done so far is I've like picked a few, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to something about this one, listen to something about that one, but like eventually, like I'm not even doing Horus Heresy right now, which is a whole nother thing. Okay. So I'm just like, damn, it is overwhelming.
Oh, it's Like,
but it's fun.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying every single bit of it.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
You're gonna find some chapters that you absolutely don't like. You're gonna be like, man, them some fucked up people. But the reality is, it's all fucked up. It's the grim, dark future. Everything is fucked up about it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, like if you wanted to go to a magical world, you don't want to go there. Hell no. If there was like, hey, we have this portal that it can take you into the world of 40K, fuck no.
Yeah. I fucking listen. I'm telling you, that Secret Levels episode with the Warhammer was. I've never seen anything like it, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. You've seen it?
I'm letting see what you think about that Maximum Spider-Man when you can get this.
I mean, Frank, I was on Amazon and I seen it available, and I was like, you know what? I can always return it. So, fuck it. Let's see. That's where I was at with it. Shit. Now I'm more excited for.
That's such a great piece. All right, gentlemen, as always, thank you so much for the invite and the chat.
Right, yeah.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
No problem.
All right, man.
Good night. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
All right. See you next time. Thanks for stopping on by. There you go.
Yeah, Frank, I can't say that. Like it's nowhere near SHF or Mayfex levels. Like not even close. I can't even really say that it's a step above other Marvel Legends. Like this figure, and I'm gonna show this in the video, at least to the best of my ability. This figure, the plastic quality on this one is way better than the Maximum series. And this was what, $26 when it came out? And I'll demonstrate it in the video because this Spider-Man actually has gummy joints in the biceps when this one doesn't. You know, and this came out a few years ago.
He trying to bait you in, Frank.
Oh no, look, the engineering on the figure is fine. I just think the plastic quality isn't as great. And then of course, you know, I got my messed up. Well, I guess it's not messed up then. I didn't know that it was supposed to be one was bigger than the other.
I think
he said it's supposed to be like that.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but that's what it looks like to me. Is like, you know, it's for it, but it's just for a pose, like one certain look,
right?
Type of thing, man. It's like, you know, it's like him looking a certain way. I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, then I have to change, you know, my view on that. I didn't know it was supposed to be like that. I thought that was. I
wish we would have had the official stance from Hasbro about what that was about. If it was a mistake or was it supposed to be. But Frank, Astray has got this freaking shredder, man. Frank, that shit looks nice. You might want to scoop it up if you see it. I ain't gonna lie. It is not bad looking at all.
Yeah, I've been doing my best to avoid the whole Universal Monsters thing because I like the Casey Jones too, the Phantom of the Opera Casey Jones.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to Ace's Place. He sent me that. I got that. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, Frank. I get this head now. It's supposed to go with the Spider Sense thing. Okay, I get it now. All right. See, this is the good thing about community because I would have did the review and not known that, and I would have looked like an ass. So you just saved me from making an ass of myself. But I still got other complaints though.
Well, now you know. Now it's his surprise Spider Sense look. the discombobulation.
Okay.
Ah, well.
Damn. All right. Well, see, now I know something. Cause I swear up and down this was fucked up. I was like, what the hell?
I figured as much. But I mean, still, I think really
Now, Frank,
I think that damn.
Frank, but can you explain this shit?
Gee, that's the skeet.
Like, what is this? They should have put bendy wire in these. I don't understand.
Hell yeah. Well, this shit is crazy though. That shredder drac though, man. Out of all,
yeah, they did really good with that box art too.
Out of all the monsters, I would say this is the one they put the most love into.
I think so too.
God,
that's what I thought when I seen it. I was like, damn, they went all out with that one.
I think the bat head actually is going to look the coolest. But you just can't, the way it's made, man, you can't see it that good. Well, the way it's packaged, not the way it's made, the way it's packaged, you just can't see it that good. So I can't see all the detail because it's got a lot of black in the back, and I'm trying to see how nasty it looks. But oh man, that's an impressive one. Now I'm ready to see the red one. I hope I see the red one.
Check it out the box and look.
No, man, I ain't touching no more boxes, man. I was already freaked out about that damn NECA damn LeatherHead. Shit. I am not opening that thing. No. I know how them NECAs are, man. Everything comes flying out. It's just sitting in there waiting. It's just sitting in there waiting.
I remember the hand grenade days, man. Look, people were not lying. You used to get a NECA figure and you'd be like, please stay together. Please stay together. Especially the Predators, man, they would always get loose at the legs.
I got the two. I got that elder one and the warrior one, and I got the.
Oh, you got an elder? You got the big one, the red one.
Ooh, I don't know if it's the big or the red one. It's just the elder one.
Because I have him. Man, I'd have to fight through the jungle to show you.
I forgot what they call him. He's the one. He came with the old flintlock pistol.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
From Predator 2.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Even though they don't list him as the Predator from Predator 2. They just call him.
Oh, which one did you get? Did you get the white version or did you get the green version?
Oh, you fucked me up. I don't know what version is.
So there's two versions of him. There's one where he was younger and he had the gold helmet. And then there's another one where he's older from Predator 2 when he gave what's his name the flintlock.
I think mine mine has two helmets.
Okay, yeah, you have the green one.
Okay,
so that's when he was younger.
He's got two helmets. He comes with the flintlock.
Yeah.
Pistol. He's got like a like a machete. I think it's Billy's machete. I swear that's what it is from the first.
Yeah, he got it's on his back. He can pull it out like a sword.
Well, I got it in his hand. No, it actually has a sheath that comes around his waist.
Yeah. That's when he was I think they called him the damn, what did they call him? It wasn't the Falconer. No, he wasn't that Predator. The golden eagle or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's the one of the helmets, one of his masks. That's the persona about. I know what you're talking about now. I just can't remember.
But yeah, that's when he actually. So that's when he first got the flintlock.
Okay.
Is when he looked like that, and then when you seen him again in Predator 2, he was an elder Predator.
Right. Okay. I got you. All right. Now.
So, and that's something that I hope it looks like they're going to touch on that in the new Predator film. They're going to actually show elder Predators, because the ones that you've seen thus far have all been not. So you've seen young bloods and you've seen like some like kind of like veterans, like in Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
Right.
Yeah, Wolf Predator. He was basically, that was supposed to be his last hunt. He was done. So that was like the closest that you've seen to an elder, like actually out there in the field.
Okay.
And that's why he was so good, that he could handle it himself. Because he, not all of them can do that.
Right.
And what he didn't expect, of course, was the damn super predator. Know. So, but basically that was supposed to be his last hunt, and then he was gonna go back and kind of like they kind of do their like retirement.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm there's so much of that universe that they can do. I just hope they give it. I hope they do it right so it can continue on. I would love to see some like animated shit, to be honest with you, because I think that would be the cheaper way to go to push something like that out. Would be some animated stuff to go along with it. But man, that's always that whole storyline with the Predators. Even when they started fighting the aliens, I was like, man, that's some good story right there. That you can.
It is. They just did not do the movies. I feel like the movies always had good action, poor story.
Yeah.
Well, and then the one thing about that franchise that I hate is they always make the Predator lose. And so it makes them less of a threat.
Right.
Because I mean, think about it. You saw Arnold, but when you saw Arnold win, he barely won.
Right. And that's after that Predator done killed like a bunch of them. A whole bunch.
And all of them, they were supposed to be like highly trained, highly decorated. So it made the Predator like, no, this thing is certified,
Right.
But I feel like the way they handled it in the latest film in Prey, like I feel like he was a good Predator, but I was like, okay, what is he though? Like, because he's making some rookie ass mistakes, And I'm like, is he supposed to be young? Because if he's a young blood, that makes more sense.
Right.
But if he wasn't, I'm like, yeah, there's no way he wouldn't even fought her. You know what I'm saying? Like because they do have an honor code.
Right.
There are some that don't, but most of them do. And like a child, especially a female child, like they would most time walk away from that.
My understanding that Predator, now he's supposed to be like the feral predator, right?
That's what they called him.
Now he not exactly, but did somewhat remind me of that ugly that main villain Predator from the Predators, the ones where they drop aliens.
Yeah.
He reminded me of that particular type. I don't know if they were the same clan.
They do. So there is varying looks of them. They don't all look the same.
Right. Well, I think it's like
there is different
style of look, I guess. Like they came from the same clan type of thing going on.
Well, yeah, there's that too. There's different clans. There's different. They don't all follow the same creeds. Like there's pirate predators out there. Where like matter of fact, there was one they put out called LaserShod, and he's a part of that. Yeah, I saw that that Doom. I actually like that. That looks pretty cool.
What's up? What's up? The one thing that was, thing that is different, and I don't know where this different comes into, is I had the book from the original Predator, the movie, the actual book itself, that it, I guess, was adapted from. And the Predator was a changeling almost. He would, like, if there was a snake on the ground, he can assume that form. If there was a danger, yeah, he could change into what, and that's how he stayed, camouflaged, because he didn't look like what he was supposed to look like. That was the biggest difference. So I think it would have been cool to see what that would have looked like if they would have transitioned that into an actual beast person, whatever the fuck. But I don't know. I like what they did with them. They went, the route where these things really just hunted, and they had like a little bit of a code, or a way of life. And there was many different ones of them, and I just think there's plenty they can go into with it.
Yeah, I always, like I said, I feel like the one thing they haven't done is shown predators win. They always show them losing. And I'm like, these things are supposed to be the ultimate hunters, or next to the engineers, because the engineers are on a whole nother level. But there are predators that have killed engineers.
That's what they should go. That's what they probably should go the route with. They should introduce the predators earlier and have them be a main antagonist to the engineers, and actually be the ones that freaking wipe them out. Being the reason why you don't know engineers and there's just predators. It wasn't the aliens that they developed that killed the engineers. It was the fucking predators. And the predators did it because they were building the aliens, I guess, would be the thing. I don't know. But
the engineers, they hate humans.
I believe it.
They can't stand them. Because basically they're like, y'all are an accident. You are not supposed to happen. And so that's why in that one film, the engineer was like pissed off, because he was like, all right, not only did these damn things come on my ship and speak to me, but they also are creating life. Like, basically that's how he viewed the robot. Like, oh, now they playing God. Oh, hell no. So that's why he immediately went to just trying to kill him. Because what was supposed to happen was that black goo, they were supposed to drop that on Earth, and then that was supposed to eradicate the human race. But they fucked up and crash landed on a whole nother planet.
Well, yeah, that would be. I think that would be. What's that?
Towards the end of that film, he wiped out the engineers. Well, at least all of them that was on that planet.
Yeah,
there is other engineers out there. Because I think those ones that you saw, they were like more like because there's like a peaceful engineers, and then there's like the more military engineers, or militaristic. I don't know. I gotta brush up on my lore of that stuff. It's been a while.
Well, it gets, it all gets mixed together, because I know for me it got a lot mixed together because they started to mix in the Terminator universe, the Alien universe, the Predator universe. They started mixing all of that together.
Well, I think the Alien and the Predator mix made sense. That was actually really good. But now merging it with Terminator, that's just stupid.
Yeah. But it comes down, the company, I guess, somehow, in the future or something like that, Skynet comes from one of the damn companies that, the damn research companies from Aliens and Predators somehow got involved. Something weird like that. But
yeah, I remember as a kid, I saw Predator, and that was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Oh, it's like it's an awesome concept. It really is for an alien. I mean, the closest thing, as far as a race like the Predator that we had until that point was the fucking Klingons from damn Star Trek. That was it. I mean, that was pretty much the closest thing, but I loved it, man. When they I have the 3 Dark Horse Comic Presents comics where all that shit got started. Them 3 fucking stories where they got the Predator and the Alien to get together. And then I turned around after getting those. I got the 4 comics that came out immediately after the actual Aliens versus Predator comics, and that's what that freaking Aliens versus Predator movie was based off of. But in the comics, that all took place completely off planet. They weren't on planet Earth when it was versus Predator. It was total. There was no pyramid. There was no ancient ceremony or none of that shit in the comics for Aliens versus Predator. The aliens showed up. The Predators showed up shortly after, on their ass, and trying to hunt them down. And the only thing that was similar from the comic books to that movie was the relationship between the Predator and the girl. One thing that was completely similar was like almost exact. They had the Predator locked up. The aliens come to show up, and she decides to let him loose. They actually had him. They caught him. They caught him in the comics. They actually caught his ass, and the aliens start coming and invading the complex, and he's one that let him out. And right then, he knew exactly what the deal was. He was not stupid at all. The second she let him out, he knew what was there. He knew what was coming, and he just right to business, man. There was no question that he knew the aliens were out, and that's exactly what he wanted. He went to killing them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you read a Predator comic, like that's where they do him justice.
Yeah,
because there's some badass Predators out there that you've never seen a film about.
Right. That's where I had learned. It was in the Predator comics when I first learned that they could see other fields of vision inside their helmets. I learned it through the comics first, and then saw it in Predator 2. But I was like, oh shit! I was like, man, they, but they are grossly underused. Man, they could have so many miraculous stories with them.
I mean, think about it. You can pick whatever time period you want and put a Predator in it.
Yep.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why do they waste this IP? If you want to have a predator in Japan, you can have it. If you want to have one in Africa, you can have it. If you want to have one in medieval Europe, you can have it. Like, there's no time period. You can do cowboys versus predator. Like, you can literally put anything. Scuba diver.
You can't.
Scuba Steve versus predator.
Atlantis versus predator.
Right.
Oh my god.
As dumb as that sounds. Right. Like, you can literally do whatever with it. There's no time period in which you couldn't.
You're right, because we don't know, you know, they actually Aliens versus Predators showed that them motherfuckers have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And even when they were from back in the day, they were still more highly advanced than us. Yep. Which is also kind of killer. Is they, even though they are, you know, stuck on this whole hunting shit down, they haven't let technology pass them by at all. Dude, the freaking...
If they... And see, there's even lore for that. Like, how they even... Because, you know, the Yautja, they were originally a slave race.
Right.
And then the first one that actually like became like how they are now, which he's like albino looking. I actually have the figure of him somewhere, but he like kind of like liberated them, and then he became like the first one to hunt and all that stuff.
What's Frank?
No, I agree, Frank. I was just saying, like, from a historical standpoint, they could literally pick any time and throw a predator in there. But no, I actually agree. I'm actually tired of seeing them fight humans too.
I hate to do it. But this is the only other universe I know where there'll be people there that the predators can fight. Star Trek universe. You're gonna have to throw the predators into the Star Trek universe. You really are, because there was a group of people that you got introduced to in Voyager, on the Voyager TV show. There's a group that's very similar to the Predators on there. Very similar. They ended up the way they stopped fighting, the way Starfleet stopped fighting them is Starfleet gave them the technology of the holodeck, where they could hunt and do whatever they wanted in the holodeck and wouldn't have to hurt anybody. Mm. So that's how they ended up and it wasn't even defeat, but they just gave them, they said, hey, look, use this and you won't have to kill nobody for real. And they accepted it. But that's how they got them, man. They fucking gave them the holodeck and be like, use this. And they instantly, man, they had episodes on Star Trek Voyager, man. They were all in World War II and shit. Them little things loved the fucking holodeck. That's all they did. But they have stuff in Star Trek that they could cross over. They got them dudes. They got the Borg, man. I mean, come on. You wouldn't want to see the fucking Predators and the Borg go at each other. Or fucking the Klingons and the fucking goddamn Predators. That would be some dope.
I'm not as familiar with Star Trek. I'm more familiar with Star Wars. The only thing I know was Mr. Wolf.
What's that?
Mr. Wolf.
You talking about Worf, the big head dude? Richard Dorn? His people are the Klingons. Them are the people the Predators would want to fight. Straight up. Mm. The Klingons would want to fight the Predators too. They would want to fight each other. Legit. They would want to fight, like, right off the bat. Well, the Klingon, yeah, man, you can fucking fight the Klingons. The Borg, the Borg's them people that turn Picard into that robot. But they would be the next level up. But I don't know. Who knows what's next for the Predator? I do like. I know they said they're going to try to do a second Prey. So I don't know. Maybe if they're going to go back to the pirate story about where the gun come from, or I don't know. Because I know that
I think that was something. Because you know that that dude had the gun in the film.
Yeah.
So I think that is. I think they did say that was something they wanted to touch on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a story about that gun in a Predator. The Elder Predator is the one that about the gun. He gets with a pirate or something like that, and they have to fight off other bad people. And then in the end, the Predator said, "All right, now that we done finished them off, now we got to fight."
Right.
And then he had the gun after that, but I don't know. I would like to see that story though. It'd be cool to have it in freaking Washbuckling time.
Man, I am about to get off here before I fall asleep.
Yes, man. I'm with you. We about to shut this thing down for real. But I appreciate you stopping by.
No problem.
Sharing your views. Good old Spider-Man.
Yep, I will have a review for this up tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, by tomorrow evening.
All right. This Dracula, man, I'm glad you decided. I'm surprised TKD Boys passed on this little guy here. I think he might kick himself in the butt.
He might. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna see it at one of these targets. He'll be like, man, you know what? I picked it up.
Yeah. It is dope, man. It is dope. Oh my goodness. All right, Astray. Well, thank you for stopping on by, chatting with us, checking all this stuff on.
Yep. No problem,
we
man.
Appreciate it.
Frank.
We will see you next time.
T, Doug. Appreciate all
the
knowledge.
Yeah. Tristan got the idea. Space Marine. Get that freaking Warhammer shit going on now. That would be.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Space Marines would fuck a Predator up, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because they're not human.
I don't know, man.
The shit that they have to deal with on a regular day basis. I mean, a Predator is going to have to be a little bit more smarter.
Well, I'm going to say this about the Predator: we have never been exposed to any movie where Predators were in a full-out war with somebody else.
Right.
Now they're badass by themselves. I can only imagine how badass they are when they're like united against one cause.
That's true. But if you've never seen what Space Marines can do.
Well, you're right. But then that's what I'm worried about too, is like, the Predators, they're running around here with just a helmet and a blaster on. When they go to fucking battle, what the fuck do they wear? Like when they go to fucking war, I'm like, I'm imagining them in some serious ass like mech suit type shit.
It'd be interesting. I actually think that's a very interesting thing. I mean, I can tell you right now that because I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a such thing as space racism, and Warhammer 40K is definitely some space racism. Like they will say that they are aliens and they do not like them because they are aliens. Right. They'll call them Xenos, but they'll be like, "Oh, Xenos, nope, don't care."
Yeah,
kill it.
No shit. Hey, on low key, Star Wars, the Emperor, he was an alien racist. He didn't like aliens.
Here's the only problem, Frank. If you have a Predator beat a Space Marine, that is going to forever invalidate any other Predator for why they lost to a human.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, damn, those Predators must have been some chumps.
Well, now let me ask. Let me see here. The Space Marine. What is it?
They're basically
is it a human or is it a robot?
Kind of, but not really. Like they're not human at all. Like
Okay.
the human part of them has been metamorphosized. Like they're like, honestly, they're like little
How would
demigods.
How would one get killed? How would you kill one of them?
They can die. It's not that they can't die. They have two hearts, but they can die.
Okay.
They're not. So that's another thing I like. Even though these guys are pretty strong and powerful, they're not infallible. They can die.
Okay.
There's things out there that can kill them, and that's why I'm thinking like a predator. I don't really know. I mean, I would assume they could. I don't think that they couldn't. But I think they were, genetically engineered demigods. That is a perfect explanation.
Oh man. Well, I would the predator would eventually, if they could survive long enough, the predator would find the weakness and then exploit it. That would be, I guess, that would be the only thing is that they would have to get rid of the predators quick. If they let them stick around too long, they're gonna learn. They be like, yeah, that you just got to hit them here and here, and that's it. They drop them.
See, that's just it, though. It's not that. It's never that simple. It's never that simple. Like, there's a few aliens out there that can do that. Like, there's for the Tyranids, there's lictors. Like, but they're like super duper smart. They're like assassins basically. But and that brings me to my next point. The type of things that they deal with in the world of 40K are way worse than a predator.
All right.
Like they deal with demons and freaking like like greater fiends and shit like that. Different like warrior cyborg things like the stuff that they deal with is like on a more bigger scale. And that's why I'm like, I don't really see the Predators really giving them that much of a run for their money because they would damn near be kind of archaic to them. They're going to be running that thing with these knives and shit, and they're going to be sitting there with, freaking their guns. They shoot rounds that explode. So it's not like they're just shooting bullets. They're shooting like little bombs. We've seen what a bullet can do to a predator. So it's like, just imagine getting lit up with a whole bunch of bombs now. It's like, I don't see them.
Well, like I said, the only thing I just don't know for sure about is what happens when the predators go to war and what the fuck goes down
that's
there.
Something.
And you know what? That would be an excellent movie now because
that'd
of that.
be interesting to see what they look like when they're not just hunting. They're like, no, we're at war.
Yeah, I would like to see them where like this, because like I said, they're nasty already as hunters. They are skilled hunters.
Oh,
so I would imagine how crazy it would be like if like these guys, you just have to, in all the Predator movies, you're usually just dealing with one of them, and that's it. And that one is giving it's giving everybody hell. I can only imagine, you got 5,000, 10,000 fucking Predators, man. With little fucking little 3 dots every goddamn where. Like fucking everywhere. Like fucking everywhere. Everybody's gonna be blind. That's how the Predators are gonna win.
Well, I mean, I think the closest that you'll probably see to that is like a clan battle.
Yeah. That would be cool. That'd be cool, man. I think you're on to some Warhammer versus Predator, man.
I just don't see them. Look, I love the Predator franchise. That is one of my favorite they call it horror, but I don't really think it's horror movies. I think it's just like sci-fi.
It's that combo, man. It's the combo where you get sci-fi and horror mixed together. That's sci-fi horror. Same thing happened in the 80s.
I can say as a kid, I was never scared of that. I always thought it was awesome. But
that helmet, man, that fucking helmet. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
That was one of my favorite movies.
Mine wear helmets. Oh, mine do not. My Predators got their helmets on, man. I can't.
I think I got a few of them with it off, but not many.
I'm all about that helmet, man. That helmet, man. Ooh. I'm waiting for them, man. Maybe one day they'll make a Lawrence Fishburne Predator figure with his little crazy armor helmet shit on.
They said that they're pretty much done with the Predator franchise. NECA.
Oh yeah.
That's why they said they haven't really they did that one big push and they put all of those back out there, those Ultimate Editions, which I appreciate that because I bought every single one. But I did, man. I was in, and that's my girl's fault. She had bought me 2 of them on my birthday, and I was like, you done fucked up, right?
You know what? I would like them. I would like NECA to do 2 more Predator figures. I would like NECA to make a Dutch, a straight up Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger from Predator.
They did.
And I would want them to make a.
They made several Dutches.
They did.
Yeah.
I wanted to make Danny Glover too, man, from Predator 2.
No, they never made him, but they did make several. They made several Dutch figures.
Damn.
But they didn't re-release those. But I did, because I didn't get a Dutch, but I did buy the Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm using him as my Dutch.
Okay.
It's the one where he was older.
I got you. Okay.
So I got him up there as my Dutch.
I got you. Well, maybe one day they'll do Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando.
Yeah.
And that'll suffice as a Dutch because that'll look pretty much close to what Dutch need to look like. If it bleeds, we can carry.
Let me take my ass again. I'm still sitting.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Thank you for stopping.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Take it on you.
All right, y'all.
Have a good night. All right, y'all. Everybody who else is left in the chat at this late hour. Thank y'all for stopping on by and watching the unboxing. That's really all it was about. And then, chatting with you guys and talking to the folks here. It's good times. But thank everybody for stopping on by. Be safe out there on your hunts. Be safe. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm gonna shut down this this doohickey right here. Y'all saw my feet. But yeah, thanks for stopping on by, checking us out. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out Collector Corral Reviews. That's Astray's channel. He is going to be reviewing that Maximum Spider-Man tomorrow, he said, I think. Be on the lookout. Set your notifications to stun. We are, let's see here. Today is good old Thursday. We got wrestling on Saturday night, y'all. I'm excited about that. I really am. I like watching that independent wrestling. It is cool. I'm just wrapping up and shutting on down, so I'm just going to talk to y'all while I'm going on out with it. It is always a good time. If y'all have if you're into wrestling now, you really have to be into wrestling. And I don't mean like you watch every second of your life, but if you enjoy watching professional wrestling, go find a independent show in your area. Yes, I know that they're not going to be the great grand shows you see on TV. They will not be. But you get to see some of them young guys coming up, man. And some of them actually do make it. The wrestling I've been going to. Now, you had we had Anthony Henry. He's a hometown fella. And he went to NXT. He was working over there trying to get into NXT, and he got hurt, and you know how that goes with wrestlers. He got hurt. But then he kept at it, came back, and got picked up at ROH. And you can see him sometimes on Ring of Honor, sometimes on AEW. Same thing with Carly Bravo of the Infantry. He was another local guy. Well, he was out of Atlanta. He wasn't from Augusta, but he came down through a lot. We've seen a lot of matches with him back in the day. Very nice fella. Both of them, Anthony Henry and Carly Bravo. It's Carly, don't call him fucking Charlie, y'all. He kick your ass. But that's about it, y'all. Like I said, thank y'all for stopping on by. We're going to shut it on down. Virgo, she's already gone. You see the chairs empty. Old Banjo, he's still hanging out with me. I'm going to take him on out. We're going to shut this thing on down, but thank everybody for stopping on by. We really do appreciate it. We really do. Like I said, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that fun stuff. And we're going to call it. We're going to call it here. And y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping on by. And this is RoughShod Stalks.